Yes, yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Manchester United, Manchester City podcast, where we discuss all things Manchester United, all things Manchester City. I'm going to change the camera around in a second. Don't worry about that, people. But make sure, as always, you hit the like button on the video. Everyone, big up everyone supporting Sarcasm City TV as always. But make sure you run up the likes first and foremost. Make sure you share this out across all the socials. At Yes It's Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV, at Sarcasm City TV, at Yes It's Flawless on Twitter and Instagram. Share out across all the socials. Make sure you follow. And just as important, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell as well. Are Manchester City being slept on in this title race? Because they was wrote off from early and have still continued throughout the season to be wrote off still, despite the fact they're close to the top of the table, despite the fact Haaland is in very good form, despite the fact they have the likes of Cherky, they have the likes of Mamouche, they have the likes of Reinders, they have the likes of Foden and Rodri, etc. And on top of that, in the dugout, they've got Pep Guardiola. Are people sleeping on him? So we will be discussing that. And Manchester United, the 2-game challenge is back. After beating Sunderland, can Manchester United do the unthinkable? Can they do the unfathomable? I don't even know if unfathomable is a word, but it is now. But can they go to Anfield and actually pick up the win? So like I said, keep all your comments, questions, Manchester United or Manchester City related. Big up to everyone in the chat as well. Shout out to Bayesian Pops every single time. Make sure you subscribe to Bayesian Reds TV. Big up TJ. Make sure you subscribe to TJ Warren TV. Big up Don C. Make sure you subscribe to Don C as well. Donversation TV. Also, make sure you subscribe, follow Canal. Not even follow Canal, even on socials. Big up to Canal, I should say. Big up JT as well. But without further ado, let's bring in the gaslighter extraordinaire himself. Yeah, he is like the old Charlemagne. He is the ruler of rubbing people up the wrong way. The architecture of aggravation. Yes, I forgot the last one as well. But yeah, big up Veta Games TV in the cut. Yes, Veta, what are you saying?
Yo,
what are you saying?
Flawless. We got another show, man. We got another show. Now, I know a couple shows back, we kind of did it on location. I was in the kitchen cooking.
Yes, he was cooking.
Not in the kitchen this time around. This time around, I'm back in studio. But if you're not following Sarcasm City TV on social media, if you're not following Vader Games on social media, especially on Twitter X, go do so. You posted the show today. I had to retweet with a little quote. For all you real ones, check out the song Jay-Z and Too Short. For all you youngs, you non-real ones, go do your research, do your Googles, look it up. The song is A Week Ago. And it's going to be fitting for this entire show. A week ago. So, without...
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
Vader Games.
Yeah, baby, let's flawless. You know what? I shouldn't have introed like this, because this intro actually looks a little too similar to Van Dijk and what he was doing on the pitch. I shouldn't be walking in like this, but let's get the show going, man. Let's get the show going.
Let's get the show going. Are we definitely gonna be talking about Liverpool? But let's get to your mob, Manchester City. And when I ask this, I know your thoughts. I'm asking your thoughts from the rivals' perspective. Do you believe rivals are sleeping on Manchester City? So I know you want to be quiet and everything like that. Do you believe rivals are sleeping on Manchester City in terms of the title race? Because it seems general consensus is Liverpool or Arsenal. Where do you stand with that? I know you like that because it keeps the pressure of City and you're out of the conversation. I'll say it again. I know you like that because it keeps City out of the conversation and it keeps the pressure off you. It keeps you having to field any questions as well because it's, hey, we're the third favorites. Liverpool are doing this. They got these players. Arsenal are doing this. Arsenal have got these players. That's why I didn't ask your opinion on it. I'm asking your opinion in regards to rivals. Are they sleeping on Manchester City? It's like they just written off, which to me is absolutely batshit crazy. But hey, here we are.
Hold on.
Go on.
Are rivals sleeping on Manchester City?
Yes.
I would say yes.
Okay.
I would say that there's a large portion of rivals that dismiss City, but early, before a ball was kicked.
Yes, that is very true.
Right?
Yes.
So in my opinion, I don't think any of them should be changing their minds after 7 games. After 7 games, for all of those rivals that said City aren't going to be in the title race, City aren't a concern, right? They shouldn't be changing their minds after 7 games.
City are concerned is crazy work, yo.
City aren't going to be in the mix. It's going to be Liverpool and Arsenal. Any rival that were so strong in that opinion, right? Flawless, you've done shows with them.
Mm-hmm.
Any rival that's saying that just 7 games ago, and we know that they were saying something very similar just a week ago, right? The theme of this show just a week ago. So, hey, I don't think any rival that really did their homework, that really had that strong of opinion, should be changing their minds after 7 games.
Yeah. I'm not saying, but yeah, like people shouldn't. You should stick to in 7 games. That is too short a time to be turning it around. But that's why I was asking in particular. Do you for the people who still believe it? Because most still do actually. Even though I think you're 3 points off top. Haaland's like Pop says
Haaland's
this all the
Haaland.
time. Has I don't think Haaland's Haaland. I think they've upgraded the software. I think that is because Haaland is.
No,
Yeah.
Flawless. This is actually his slowest start to a season.
Yeah. I'm not talking about his goals because he's always going to get goals. I'm talking about just him from an overall perspective.
Oh, the complete footballer.
Yeah.
that you've seen
Like
develop.
he seems to. Yeah, like that goal he scored against Brentford. You've seen him use his strength before to score goals, but that was a little bit different.
Yeah, actually, we've seen him do that versus Arsenal in a couple of seasons ago in terms of like holding a player off.
Yeah.
Even with regards to controlling it and then playing it off for someone, but in this case, he played it for himself. But listen, this is why I enjoy this, right? If
He
you
seems
guys
like
are
he's got a point
listening-
to prove. That's what I say about Haaland. I think that's probably the clearest way to describe what I'm saying, which is not a surprise. He seems like he has a chip on his shoulder,
Yeah.
which is a bad sign.
I can't give
Go on.
him enough praise, to be honest with you. I really can't, because when you think of his arrival to City, he could have gone anywhere. Honestly, this is a player, Flawless. Like, this isn't me boasting it being like, listen, I'm not gassing it up despite having the title. This Haaland had anywhere to go. His destination ticket could have been anywhere. He decided to come to Manchester City. Now, many other players had their choice. We've been in bidding wars. We've been in competition to sign so-and-so. Certain big name players were kind of contemplating where to go. And they've chosen, for whatever reason on their side, not to come to City. Right? The list is actually pretty long. And I think unless your choice took you to go to maybe in La Liga, you made a mistake not coming to City and staying in the Prem. But that's a conversation for another time. Let me keep it all calm. Haaland had his choice. He came to City, and he knew that he had a legacy to play for. Like, this is truly a player that is playing for all of the trophies, all of the accolades. He wants to be remembered, and this isn't no gas. He wants to be in the conversation with the generational in terms of impact with regards to a messiness CR7. Like, he wants that type of talk. His Champions League run right now is with that mentality. His ringtone is the Champions League theme song. Like, he lives it. He wants that. And the fact that he scored just as many goals for as many games as he's playing in Champions League is absolutely ridiculous. That's how dialed in he is. And I didn't entertain it because obviously rivals got to do what rivals got to do. But Haaland knew coming to City, the conversation wasn't just about winning trophies. When I say winning trophies, it wasn't just about winning trophies. It was about winning. You see what's behind me here, Flawless? You see what I got on display, nice and shiny? It was about winning the big trophies. And he knew as soon as he came to City, Carabao, good trophy.
What's that one next to the champs on the left? What trophy
On
is
the
that?
left.
Yeah. That side. I know that's the Club World Cup. The one in the middle. What's that?
Wait, Flawless. Wait, right here.
Yeah. What's that? What trophy is that? I'm genuinely asking.
So when you win Champions League,
Yeah.
all right, you're familiar. When you win Champions League, you get to play in the Club World Cup.
It's the Super Cup. Sorry, I didn't know what it looked like side on. That's why.
No,
Obviously,
no,
I know
no.
the FA
I
Cup,
know
the
it's
Champions League, the
distorted
League Cup.
because it's on the side. It's kind of like
No. It's not distorted. I just don't know what it looks like from the side. Like the others, I guess. Like I already knew. I know what the Champions League, Premier League, and FA Cup trophies look like. Super Cup. All right, Fez. That's what I was just asking out interest.
no, all good. So the beauty about
Big up
what
TJ.
Holland's all about. I gave you Jesus. Why are you mentioning his name? Leave Jesus alone.
No, he's not saying Jesus. He's saying Jesus as in you talking. That's what he's talking about. It's nothing to do with Jesus. Yo.
Listen, we're only 15 minutes in. You better get comfortable, TJ. You better get comfortable.
They got pops every time, man.
Pops with the shot. Not me. Pops with the shot. Now, Holland knew the conversation changed when he comes to Manchester City. It's not just about winning trophies. It's about winning the big trophies, right? As Pops would say, or doesn't like people saying, the majors, right? As soon as he came to Manchester City, it wasn't, oh, you're going to help them win the Prem. It wasn't. The Prem conversation was like dusted aside, which I found very disrespectful because I want the Prem every single year. Everything else is bonus.
Everyone wants the Prem.
Yeah, but I don't want people, because people were asking me, rivals were asking me, champs or Prem. Don't ask me to choose, because the first thing I want before I'm on my way to the champs is the Prem.
Is the Prem. Well, I'd
You know
say
what I'm
is
saying?
that's if people are asking you that question, that means your team's in a great place.
Thank you, folks. Thank you.
If your team, like, I would love to have to field that question. Or what's your? Of course, to me, word to months, both. It's both. But if you are being fielded, if you are being asked that question, that means your team is in the running. But let me ask you, why do you think rivals are sleeping on City? Like, what do you think their reasons are for it?
Oh, I'll give you. I can give you many reasons. Because
that's why I asked. Because we actually haven't spoke about this in depth. So
yeah.
Yours.
I mean, if it sounds like I'm going to be repeating things you've heard rivals say, they're right.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So yeah, because I want to gauge because it's your team. You're gonna keep you're gonna retain that information better than me, and you're gonna keep a keen ear on people saying things about City. Whereas I'll probably just be adding to it and stuff and running jokes. So floor is yours.
The first thing on why you would count out City is really when you look at the entire squad. Okay, starting 11, you can place your bets and be like,
Pops, yo. Because a certain fan said they were fourth. That is not the case, Pops. Vader will have some impact, yes, but people long before he said that, people were saying it. But go on, as you were going. They were saying it.
They were saying it. A lot of them were saying it. Now, when it comes down to City, what we're missing is really evident, right? What we're missing defensively, which everyone pointed out and would criticize, and it came to light even in the Club World Cup. Our defense is leaky. Our defense isn't as locked up as it has been in the past. So when you have questions of Ruben Diaz, when you have questions on how you're going to replace Walker, even though Walker fell off a couple of seasons ago, but who's going to be a replacement, which we didn't address. When you want to talk about how we were going to actually address the left back, yes, Ait-Nouri, I'm happy for the addition. I think he's going to be good for us. But when you look at depth, his backup, the backup to him is actually an academy player. And the academy player is actually playing for him. Shout out to my manager, making things work, not having all the quite tools right now. But he's got an academy player playing that left back. So the depth, I get why they question on whether City can keep this run going for 38 weeks, especially for all the trophies we want to play for. Midfield. My man Rodri, Ballon d'Or. He's going to take some time to get into flow. We know how dangerous and the respect that we got from rivals when Rodri was available. When Rodri played, I know it's at the very least, it's a draw. Rodri, we did not lose games when he played. So when you lose a player like that, and we fumbled trying to get the replacement or the backup for him with Calvin Phillips, Kovacic, Mateus Nunes was supposed to be playing in that role somewhat, and he's playing our right back. So it's the depth thing. It's the quality. And every rival, you as well, would say, Vader, your past transfer windows haven't quite been the City standard. A lot of things played into why I think our transfer window suffered. A big part with the 115, we need to get that put away so players feel confident and calm coming here. But the midfield, kind of a concern. I'm so happy with what we spent over 2 transfer windows, not one, but over 2 transfer windows, what we spent for Marmoush, what we got in terms of Gonzalez.
You had a good window.
The January window was key because we were slipping.
Both actually, January and the summer just gone.
The summer's calm. The summer's calm. I'm happy with it. But again, the impact players that we purchased in terms of Marmoush, Shirky, both of them not available. So the first 7 games, Pep is making it work without them. But it's the quality, I think, that we are a little short when we look at what Liverpool did after winning and what Arsenal did after finishing second for a few seasons now. We know how desperate they are to want to win it. So that's where it all falls. And then I think it's only those 2 clubs, those 2 rivals in particular, that have really counted City out in terms of, you know what, the race is going to be between those 2 red clubs and not us. But we can't be favorites all the time, Flawless. Right?
Yeah, I'm not saying whether your favorites or not. Yeah, of course. Like I said, I was just gauging it because the writing off of you. You don't have to have. You can have City not as the favorites, but not write them off. Like you weren't my favorites, but I didn't write you off.
You know what? But I've heard rivals say, you know what? And funny, the narrative right now is all around Haaland. Like Haaland's looks so great, but before Haaland was looking great, everyone was saying, "Who's going to service Haaland? Who's gonna
which I thought was
who was gonna and Flawless. Listen, I respect you so much as a host because you play that host role perfectly when it's you and not me amongst other. When it's the crossovers, you're a terrible host. I'm gonna be real with you. Like this, when it's a crossover, you're a terrible host. But when it's one-on-one, when you got your panels, it's calm. Now, I've heard one rival in particular mention it on a few times. Listen, I realized I need to tune in more often and not just I need to watch and not just listen to your show. All right. I encourage it all the time over here again, because we got the graphics changing and you always animated and stepping forward and you got your big blue cup and all that kind of stuff. So people need to tune in and watch. But I had to tune in. I had to tune in and listen. I had to tune in and listen to the link up that you had with the Bayesian guys. I had to tune in.
Good show.
And again,
very, very good show. Shout out Bayesian.
Great show. Great show. And you know what? Listen, everybody in the chat, if you haven't seen it, do me a favor. First, watch last week's show. Okay? First, watch last week's show. Then, just a week ago, tune in and watch last night's show. Sarcasm City TV entertainment finest. Listen, it's like when you watch the prequel before the sequel, or you just watched part 1 to part 2. Watch that show just a week ago. Go back and watch it and hear how the conversation changes. Hear how there was mad bass in the voice last week. This week it's a little something's not quite easy to. It's not quite easy to talk about the club anymore. But in particular, Flawless, I heard so much about who's gonna create for Haaland. Who's gonna be where the goal's gonna come from? KDB's gone. Oh, they're done. Just a week ago, that conversation's changed. Now, I think the main reason why you're counting, not you, but others are counting City out, is more so because of the players, not the manager. We know Pep's brilliant. We know Pep is a brilliant manager. We know that he can turn gumbo with any type of ingredients, right? But they're questioning on whether he has enough to make it work. And I get it. I get it, because the greats that have come back and had us win this league for a few seasons now, they've gone. Gundogan's moved on, or he's on loan. KDB is obviously over at Napoli doing the damn thing, showing that he may not be up to the Prem speed, but he's definitely up for the Serie A speed over there. So I think when we have the quality kind of show through with the new players, rivals will change their mind. But right now, I get it. Just say we're not in title contention, but to say that we're done, I think it's too early.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I asked just to gauge, because even though I don't have you as favorite, still don't now. I would never write you off. I'd love
Yeah.
nothing more than to sit here and be like, yeah, City ain't got a prayer, ain't got a chance.
Now,
Do
I
you-
like how you said that. Flawless. I like
Did-
how you said that. Because, no. Why are you laughing?
Because carry on, man. What you be right about laughing? Go on.
No, I like how you said that because you said you right now obviously don't have City as favorites as well.
No.
Right? And
Yeah, you know this,
we
we
just
spoke about
featured, we both featured on another show. And for some,
Yeah.
they can't comprehend how you can say you're not favorites for something, but then still back the club to win the league.
It's because of you. That's why. You know what I'm saying? It's
What do
the
you mean,
right
because of
message,
me?
wrong messenger. Yes, because of you, Vader. Because you have you third. The third favorites, yes, but you pushed it with the fourth.
I
That's where
said
the
third,
problem
kind
lies.
of fourth, depending.
Yeah, even kind of fourth. You're not.
Wait,
behind
hold
Chelsea.
on. No. We can't do that. Flawless. We can't do that because the
What?
team, the club that I'm
What?
saying I'm maybe slightly behind of is Chelsea, who just beat up
you're
on
not.
the champs.
Yeah, so you're not slightly no.
I'm
You're not.
I
not
could be. You
slightly
could
behind.
argue it
No.
because they just beat up Liverpool.
I don't see the argument.
Until I
No.
play Liverpool, I think you got to agree.
No, because
like,
it's not just based off of Liverpool. It's the entire season. They have
Yeah,
had because of everything that's been
7
going
games
on
in.
before.
You can understand how I can say 7 games in.
But the thing is, have you watched Chelsea?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, and you can count on one hand. Don't even count on one hand because only 7 games in. But I think outside of West Ham,
Wait until they get
Liverpool.
my academy. Wait until they get the academy player that I sent them healthy again, because we know he cooks.
who?
What do you mean?
Oh, you talking about Palmer?
Yeah, and
Okay.
and the lap.
think it's-
I gave them
Yeah,
2.
the thing is, even when Palmer was playing, they was not. And also, I think an issue for them is they are heavy, even though they played very well against Liverpool. They just lack quality in key areas. That's where the issue lies. They lack
So
quality in key
they
areas.
need health. No, it's health thing because
It's not health.
defensively,
What centre backs they got that we go? Yeah,
it doesn't have to be like, ooh, those are world beaters. It's
Don't
got to
have to
be
be
how
world,
they
but
work
they
as a
have
system.
to-
No, but as they work as a system, I think
they
Come
gotta
on.
be better though. Like I
no,
think
they're
Sterling
good
said
enough.
this.
They
I
beat
don't think they're
PSG
good
as
enough.
well.
I don't think they're top. Yeah, it was in a one-off. They beat PSG.
No, but
I hear it.
okay.
But yes,
The quality's
in a one-off,
there.
In a one-off, Chelsea can beat anybody. Yes, they have enough talent. Yes, so that's why a Champions League, a FA Cup, or League Cup, they are capable of going to win a cup competition. But we're talking league over a consistent period of time, and having a goalkeeper, the centre back options they have, and the wide player options they have are not good enough to finish above a Manchester City.
I think the only reason why, so it's funny, we have the conversation about counting out certain clubs. I think many that are counting Chelsea out is because you're seeing them unhealthy right now. Because no one's going to say, oh, they've got great center backs.
So just to clarify, I was saying this before the season started
That's fine.
about Chelsea. That the reason is because their ownership.
Before the season started, you wouldn't have had them beat Liverpool, though.
No, I wouldn't have had, but then I wouldn't have had them lose to Brighton and lose to us.
Okay, but look at
Like
the
these
fashion
things
on how they
happen and
lost.
draw at Brentford, for example. You can't just take one game in a one-game scenario, deck. But it's about in the league. You'll know this because
But, yeah.
you're a 4-time in a row champion, never done before in English history. So you'll know this. But you'll know this consistency. That's what they lack, not only in results, also performances. They've played well twice all season. That's not it. And it wasn't a surprise or a shock because you know what's happened to Liverpool now, where you mentioned about the bass in the voice going and things of that nature.
Yeah, you didn't notice it.
Before we played Chelsea. Oh yeah, I've loved it. It's been great.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm here adding to your point. What the point is I'm making is that was Chelsea before they played us. Fans was hype. And they got, with the defeat to us and the defeat to Brighton, got slapped down to earth because it was like, we're going to do this, that, and the third. Chelsea have some of the best players in the league in certain positions. If me and you sit down right now and we do a Premier League all 11 and we say, all right, we're just going to pick the best 11. I might actually do that for an idea, people. But we say, let's do Reece James is a shout, Cucurella's a shout, Caicedo's a shout, Palmer's a shout. So 4 of the 10 outfield players, Chelsea have a legitimate shout where people will go, yeah, they're getting Caicedo best DM, Palmer best 10, Cucurella best left back, Reece James best right back. They have those. But when you look at the best of the rest, throw João Pedro. João Pedro's a good center forward, yeah. The rest of it is nowhere near that. Like, I think Surface said this about their center backs, and he was like, he don't think they have top 10 center back pairing in the league. And I was like, I hear it. I think that center backs, and you added the goalkeeper on buying day
That's-
if he don't start.
That's my
Sanchez
biggest
is,
question.
Sanchez is arguably the worst goalkeeper in the league.
No, I hear that. My only
no.
question with regards to Chelsea is at keeper, and again, I think if you look at what they're going to be competing for, that might be the issue, right? If they're going to be playing for all trophies, what's the rotation going to be like? Because they're not going to have what they had last season. They're going to have to play quality in Champions League and obviously in the Prem. So there are questions there, but I'm trying to emphasize that to write them off, I'm not going that way, because again, if you have quality, and I know you said
Okay,
it,
when you say write
one
them off,
game.
Write them off to do what exactly?
Write them off not to be competing for this top four.
Oh no, we getting misunderstood. They gonna finish fourth. Like, don't
Okay.
get that misunderstood. They finish fourth because I think they're the fourth best, but they don't finish above any of the three. They don't finish above you,
Okay.
Arsenal, or Liverpool because I don't think they are good enough.
Okay.
And also,
All right.
there is major. That's too strong. There's question marks about Maresca, not because he's not shown to be good enough, because he's never been here before. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know if you can swim in the deep end because you've never been in the deep end. So it's kind of like that, and that's what it
I
is.
hear
And
it.
yeah, just mention the point, but that is fans are very reactionary because it's gone from before Manchester United, we can do this, that, and the third, and then they lost to us and Brighton, and then it was we can't even finish top four. And Liverpool fans, not all, by the way, let me clarify that, not all. I've seen Liverpool fans crash out. Social media is the worst of the worst because you got a lot of reactionary and emotional people on there, but people talking about like the whole. You heard the conversation, well, some of it, and we were talking about Isak converts and stuff like that. All of a sudden now they miss Diaz, they miss Luda. I'm like, all right, man. Just
It was all good just a week ago.
Yeah, like that's it. So yeah, in regards to Chelsea, yes, I think they finished fourth. I just don't think they can finish above you.
Okay.
And there's too many holes in the team. That's where the issue lies.
Yeah, I mean,
So
we're
say
splitting here.
four favorites is two of it straight. If you say third favorites, I
Third,
begrudgingly
fourth,
accept-
come on. You know,
third, I begrudgingly accept that from you. I hear that. You know what I'm saying? I begrudgingly accept that from you. Yeah.
You can choose to do that. I've
I
been
do.
looking
Like
at-
when I say begrudgingly, not because more so because it's coming from you. So that's where the issue lies. Like again, right message, just wrong messenger.
that's
Like,
messed
that's
up,
what
man.
it is, yo.
That's messed up. That's
Right
messed up.
message. The message is fine. It's just
The
the wrong
message is on
message.
point. Maybe I
Yes,
need
that's
to
why
have.
I said right message. Message is correct. Yes.
I'm gonna get a
Wrong
burner
message.
account. You guys will respect the burner account. You won't respect it from Vader Games. I hear it. But nah, this being favorites, some are trying to twist it now. I'm not
Cool.
trying to do the underdog gimmick. I'm not trying to do any of that.
Okay.
Some are going too far. If I look, and again, nothing enough has happened in 7 games for me to change my mind. Right? I'm not forgetting the summer transfer window. I'm not forgetting the acquisition from the teams that I'm competing against who finished ahead of me and what they've acquired. And they're still ahead of me in the standings right now, 7 games in. So I'm not about
Let
to
me actually check the tape. Go on, carry on.
I'm not about to flip things around and say, you know what? When
You're 3 points off top. You're 3 points off Arsenal, 2 points off Liverpool. How you got Bournemouth and Spurs a point ahead of you lot.
see, look at the teams you mentioned ahead of me right now. So
Yeah, they're two very good sides.
very, very good. And listen, I've been inconsistent, but I'm not about to change my mind. I'm not doing it under.
That's being said, yeah, there's 2 very good sides, and Arsenal and Liverpool somehow are there, but that's a whole different conversation. Go on, plug yours.
So that was him, not me. But I'm trying to say,
That's him, not me.
just
How
so
old
it's
are you,
clear,
yo?
before all the shots come my way, I just want
Yeah,
to
because they can't tell the difference between me and you. Yeah, our accents are that similar that they can't tell the difference. They're confused.
just to make sure that Flawless started that. If I happen to co-sign it, he actually let it. I'm trying to emphasize that there's no underdog gimmick. I keep getting reminded all the time. Maybe it's the trophies behind me. I can't play the underdog. I'm not playing the underdog. I'm not saying that my club's not going to win the Prem, but I'm just saying my club, to have to do it, are going to overcome not being favorites to win it, which is, I think, completely fair. The most resistance I have when I mention that, when I talk about that, is from rivals that don't feel comfortable actually being favorites. Don't feel comfortable to actually make moves like they did in the summer, to acquire the talent, to make moves like they're trying to retain, do a back-to-back, and then want to talk like, well, Vader should have more chest about.
But I think for the first time in a long time, I think the clubs at the top, so your lot, less to you lot, but definitely City, because you've already said, hey, my expectations of City is Liverpool and Arsenal fans are expecting their team to finish first. There's an expectation. There's a no way we can't finish second this season. We can't finish third.
Oh no, they can't.
No, but I think they're fans. I've not spoke to. I can't remember speaking or hearing or seeing a Liverpool or Arsenal fan say second place is okay this season.
Oh, absolutely
One
not.
time it's been
Absolutely
nobody's
not.
in a rebuild like Arsenal is for now. Liverpool is now. City, obviously, you to a lesser extent, it's always now because it's Pep. So there's always the era of expectation when you have someone like him in the dugout. It's
Absolutely.
not a rebuilding. So it's like this is the first time in a long time. I think all fans across the board are like, hey, we must.
Yes.
Where to say when you must, you must.
You must.
You must.
You must. And if you don't, it will be some great uncomfortable conversations because there's different reasons between all the clubs and why they must, right?
Yes, there is various. That is true. There is different reasons.
There's different reasons
there's
to
various
it.
reasons, but there's still is normally there's one of the sides or two of the sides will be like, all right, well we're building towards it, but it's like everyone spent big money, everybody has talent. Right, Arteta, manager to an extent. Both the other two have very talented managers, so yeah, he's talented to an extent, but you never got over the line.
Wow.
I can't put. How can I put you with? Well, it's not shots at this guy. How's it? I can't put you with Pep and Slot, and even though Pep's above Slot, but at least they've made it. They've won They've won a Premier League or Premier Leagues in Pep's case, and Slot's won a Premier League.
Yeah.
So I can't put you with them when you haven't done what they've done.
Yeah, I mean, if it'd be interesting because international break, you got so many options with what you want to do with your with content and conversations, but. If we were to go tier list, okay, Arteta's probably lowest on that tier list with regards to managers. If you want to go squad,
then you joke, man. You know what I'm saying?
No, because obviously it's not just the manager when you look at what needs to, how it can be managed, and who can win and who can actually make this season their season, right? The best squad is Arsenal.
He's the biggest issue. I think if you put Pep or Slot in charge, most people would pick Arsenal. That's the craziest part.
Yeah. Okay. No, I get that.
Because you the major issue. We know.
No, that goes without being said. If the best squad then has one of the two better managers, okay, that always raises them. But what we have to kind of account sometimes, and this is why this sport is beautiful. It's brilliant. Because you can have the best squad and maybe you got a slightly lower manager. But then when you want to look at City probably have the third best squad amongst those teams, but you're going to say that they got the best manager. And then if you look at what's, Arnie's got, Arnie's probably maybe second tier manager, and maybe also maybe he's got the second tier squad. So when you have all of those different variables, then it is a race. It's interesting on who's going to manage what, how it's going to go through.
As much as I despise those three teams, it is like I'm interested to see how this goes.
Yeah,
I'm very interested, and to know for definite two of my three rivals are going to be in misery is fantastic. Like I don't care who loses this fight. I'm just there to crash on the losers, whoever those two are. So I'm looking forward to. I don't care who you fight to the death. Whoever's blood is shed, cool.
Hold on.
The winners will win. It's like, all right, we'll deal with them.
I heard you run this bar a few times. This bar does not work, Flawless.
Why does it not work?
Because because you're going to be if anyone has seen old school show of Martin Lawrence show.
Yeah,
he had a character, Roscoe. You're going to be like this. You're going to be like this looking at rivals as you're trying to crash it on them. Where do you expect your club to be at the time of these clubs not winning? You're not going to have much to say.
You just mentioned it. No. You have a lot to say. Misery loves company, my friend. Welcome darkness. Welcome to darkness. Like that's what that is. You've heard the phrase. We've all heard that. If you haven't, misery loves company. I already know what my season's going to be already from here on out. Actually, tell a lie. Once this manager gets sacked, who knows what they'll do? But I'll say there's a
wow.
You know what I'm saying? It's definitely, why is that a wow? It's definitely unknown and there's a dark cloud. What I'm saying is that misery loves company.
Why do you keep doing this to yourself?
And the thing is, I don't even have to take shots. Look, I can't wait to hear the conversations amongst themselves. I can't wait to hear the explanations. The same way I've been asking for explanations in regards to everyone who backed Amarin this summer I want to know what has not happened that was supposed to happen. And I've only got a few explanations, but some of the reason I've heard has been absolutely hilarious. Ironically, all them people have disappeared now, but that's a whole different conversation. But the point I'm making is I can't wait to hear the explanations, not only from individuals, but the conversations amongst themselves. And whoever don't. So whether, say, Arsenal win it and it's City and Liverpool who don't, or City win it and it's Arsenal, Liverpool, or Liverpool win it and it's Arsenal, City. I can't wait to hear why it went wrong. I am there for the reasoning, the explanations, the arguments, who's to blame. If it's one fan blaming someone else, one fan blaming the manager, I can't, like, that is going to, this summer, that content is going to be absolutely elite. Okay. Imagine Arsenal win the league and Liverpool and City don't win it. Or if City win the league and Liverpool and Arsenal don't. Or if Liverpool don't and it's Arsenal and City. Them channels there, you see them fans there, it's going to be on fire.
This is an interesting copium that you're setting yourself up for in terms of like looking forward to the summer.
It's not copium. It's
no, you got to give something to look forward to, because you already said you're having a disaster.
Yeah, misery loves company, like, and that's what it is. Like, you know what? I'm a drown. You gonna drown with me? That makes me happy.
No.
Yes.
You're
it's
drowning.
Great. Like last season, like seeing what happened to City, fantastic. Loved it. It was great.
Yeah,
seeing your smug arrogance just disappear, it was fantastic. Yo, didn't see the smile as much.
The difference is,
I see your teeth. I seen the back of your. I seen your teeth like I was your dentist every week. That disappeared last year. It was great.
The difference
Arsenal fans just nosedive. Oh, it was beautiful. To see the smiling faces just
different
disappear
misery.
on a weekly basis. I love it.
It's different misery. I know you want the company. You want everyone miserable as well. I hear all that.
Yes.
But it's also going
to
be
not everyone, just my rivals. I don't care about
just your rivals. Now,
just my rivals. Yeah.
The reason why I think it's going to be interesting is because this not winning the Prem could play out in so many different ways.
That's
right.
True.
It could play out where, and again, I hear it. You want to crash it. You want to crash it on those that don't win it. Yes. But if it happens to be one of those where it's like down to the wire, we're seeing great football.
You telling me it's the last game of the season and two of them miss out. So let's say
that's brilliant. That's brilliant, intense. Yeah.
Oh, and I get to go and watch double the amount of watch-alongs of the two that didn't win it and that heartbreak. Oh, we will be there. We will be there.
You'll be there.
And you get to see it. That I've lost titles on the last day. I know what that's like. That's worse than the misery and pain now. I've been saying this. As much as Manchester United are bad now, there's a different type of. It's probably wait. Hold on. Let me land. I didn't even land my point. There's a different type. It's worse when your team is good or your team is great and you know they're capable of winning, rather than your team being bad and losing. Because in your heart of hearts, when your team is bad, you lose, you despise it, yes, but you know the level is not there. When your team is of a level to go and win and doesn't, sickening. I've said this before. There's certain Manchester United defeats that I'm still not over. Still certain Manchester United defeats I am not over from years, but Aguero will haunt me for the rest of my years. I'm still not over that day.
No, okay, hold on.
I'm still not over. That's just me. For people, it's different. When I know my team's capable and fall short, that's more. That annoys me more. That irritates me more.
So, but that's to say that when you haven't won the title, you didn't think that your team was good enough when you hadn't won it because obviously it wasn't a close margin. It wasn't goal differential, but when you would have lost it the second year with Chelsea, the year you would have lost it. The third time for Arsenal.
Which is third time for Arsenal. What year was that? Which year are you talking about?
That would have been was the last time they won it was 2004, no?
2003, 2004. That period of time we weren't good enough. When Chelsea won, they won it and Chelsea won it twice. So you're talking 2003, 2004, 2005, I think. You're talking that 3-year stretch. Yeah. It's like we wasn't.
So it's kind of like.
It's not, and don't get mistaken, it's never okay, people. That's not me.
No, not the okay. Yeah. Not the okay.
Because he said copium. It's never okay. What I'm saying is it's worse. Losing a Champions League final or Champions League semi-final or Champions League quarter-final when you believe your team is good enough to win the competition is much worse than finishing 6th or 7th or 8th. Or 10th. If you listen
in the chat, flawless. This is great. This is a great point. I can't relate. I can't relate with regards to losing it that close. All right, it's not a shot. I just can't relate.
Well,
to
you never lost the Champions League final.
No, I've lost the Champions League final. Yeah,
Okay.
but I thought we were talking Prem, like losing because
No, but I'm talking everything. I included Champions League to show that. I'm talking Champions League and Prem. I'm talking overall, in particular, those two competitions. When your team,
I'm actually more. You know what?
Go.
It's actually kind of different because
Everyone's different.
losing the final to Chelsea didn't feel as bad as crashing out in like the semis or in the quarters earlier.
Right,
you know what I mean? Like, sorry,
it would have made me sick if dependent. No stress. And people, the point as I'm making is, and this is just me. Everyone's like me in regards to it. It's if I feel worse about Manchester United falling short when I believe the team is good enough. And when I say falling short, I'm talking about at the highest level. So if I believe Manchester, and everyone can disagree with me, that's fine. If I look at a United team and go, that squad can win the Champions League, and we go out to a team either we're close to or a team I think we're better than in the semi-finals, quarterfinals, I feel sick to my stomach. There's certain Manchester United exits of Champions Leagues. Oh, good, Vayter, no stress, do your thing. There's certain exits Manchester United have had in the Champions League. I am still not over now. Leverkusen, never forget it. Leverkusen, 2002, I believe it was. The year Madrid, was it 03? Whenever Madrid won it, when Zidane scored the volley, people, because it was against Leverkusen, that semi-final defeat will haunt me till I go into my grave, people. I'm telling you now, I'm still not over that defeat. People are watching this right now who weren't even born them times, and I'm still not over that defeat because we should have beat them. Granted, probably would have got packed up by Madrid, but you're in the Champions League final, you never know. But that's the point I'm making in regards to, of course, I never want my team to be bad. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, maybe because I was like 18, I was dying after we didn't win the Champions League. I wanted it so bad, even if I didn't think we would win it. Yeah, that's true, but just you're 18. You know what I'm saying in that? So, like, that's to be understood. You feel me? Like, I get it. And it kills evil, but I don't know if it's just because as I've gotten older and I'm like, yeah, the defeats are bad. Like Liverpool, the way they packed us up 7-0. People are like, oh, it's the worst defeat in your history. No. When they beat us 4-1 at OT, that was worse. I felt worse after it. I was like, fuck, these lot might actually beat us to a league title. People are like, it's coping. It's like, no. Because I care about long-term goals, not short-term goals. Bantering 3 points, yeah, that's going to happen. But what's my team winning? That could have cost us the league that year. So you're like, oh, it's not top 5. How can it not be your top 5 defeats? Because I've seen us lose Champions Leagues and Premier Leagues on the last day. Or games in the running in the Premier League towards the end that have cost us, and people go, oh, that cost United there when they drew there or they lost there. I care about, you see how Vayter's got the trophies there. That's what man's fussed about. Banter's all well and good and running jokes and running banter. I can do all of that. That's easy. And bragging rights and being laughed at over a weekend or 2 weeks, cool, but I want my team to win trophies. And major honors like that. Yeah, that's it, Daniel. Yeah, it should be that way, though. Flawless. If you believe they could have done better and your expectations were higher than it hurt even more, yeah. When you look at a team and go, we can beat these over 2 legs. And then you lose. And there's a trophy at stake and you lost. Oh, Jesus. How you look at the game and you go, but again, everyone's different. So that's what it is. But losing, it sucks regardless. As you lot know, anyone who's been a regular watcher of me, you lot have seen me, like, even though I'm criticizing managers or criticizing players, you've heard me critique after a loss. I don't sugarcoat it. I'm still heavy with my criticism.
Losing's never accepted. But I hear your point in terms of if you know you're not in contention, it's easier to kind of deal with that loss than it is to know that you were really close to winning it and falling short.
I think that's a lot of the time. I don't know if that's just being older. That's why I don't. Because if I was doing this 10 years ago, people, I don't know, I would have crashed out many a times. But it's probably why I don't crash out as much. If this was 10 years ago, like, laptop would have went flying, like, throwing shit, the whole 9, like, that would have happened. But now it's kind of like, look at this team and I go, all right, you ain't competing.
2015, you think you would have been throwing your laptop around?
Nah, probably Fergie area. So you have to go back further than 10 years.
Yeah.
Say Aguero. We'll say that at any given moment, give or take. Because more often than not, with him in charge and certain players, we have a go. All right, we got a shot.
No, I don't believe you. I don't think you're throwing your laptop around during the Fergie era. There's too much winning. Even the little spell of losses, if you're melting down with what Fergie gave you, with those few bumps in the road, that's a madness. No, you're talking about throwing your laptop. That's a madness, Flawless.
But it's not. Obviously, I'm going over the top to prove a point. I'm melting down not because of what he's done previously, but how I look at the team. If I go, because even the Aguero moment, we're 4-2 up against Everton and drew 4-0. That changes that whole complexion.
I hear it.
And we should have, that's a game we should have won. We're 4-2 up at home to Everton. Win the game. Win the game, and that don't happen. And that's just an example of one. So
I hear it.
So I look at it in regards to that. But hey, we move people. I don't even know how we got here, but run up the likes anyway, because there's over 60 of them in the building. Run up the likes. There's over 60. Subscribe to Veta Games TV. The link's in the title, people. The link is in the title. The link's also underneath in the description as well. It's also on the feature channel page, or just type in Veta Games TV and it will pop up as well. Why have they messed around with YouTube Studio? This thing is mad confused. I don't even know what's going on there. But yeah, people, make sure you subscribe to Veta Games TV and run up the likes, hit the subscribe button there. How many likes we actually on? Let me check. Hey, you lot in the chat, let me know. I'm gonna have to go to another screen because I don't know why they messed around with. They messed around with what's it called? YouTube Studio is different now. 1 second. I don't even know if I can do this. Yeah, 31 likes, people. There we go. I figured it out. 31 likes, man. Girls up to 50 likes. Girls up to 50 likes. Hit the subscribe button. But yeah, you lot doing very well, man. It seems, man. You pleased with what you in this second international break? Pleased with what you see? Any players surprised you? Any players who you expected more from? I know it's only been a short amount of time.
Yeah, you know what?
Any players who have under-delivered so far for you?
Ooh. Yeah, you know what? Let's start with the bad news. I'm seeing that it's still going to require a little more time for Nico Gonzalez to kind of be able to provide some minutes for when Rodri can't play. Obviously, no one can do what Rodri does right now, and I'm not expecting him to, but it does look like he needs some more time. Pep is putting in that extra time to kind of get him up to speed. I'm desperate to get Kovacic back. I just want that experience. I just want those added legs, and maybe there can be that partnership. But I would say Nico Gonzalez, but I'm not going to kill him for it. It took Rodri an entire season, and he had Fernandinho to watch him do it. Gonzalez is doing that with Rodri kind of not even been available coming off injury, so even that mentorship's not there. Defensively, I'm actually pretty calm because I know they're playing out of position. Nunez, O'Reilly, Aït-Nouri getting hurt. I was disappointed with that. When you get new players, you want them healthy because you know, for them just to get acclimated, get the system going. Once they're out, it ruins everything. But across the board, because it's 7 games in, I'm actually pretty calm. It may seem kind of boring. Like, listen,
no, because it's only 7 games. As much as it pays me to defend you, it makes sense because there's only a small sample size.
Why do you got to say that? Yeah? Why do you got to say even though it pains me to defend you?
That's why. The same reason.
No, but to say it pains you to defend me. What's this?
So you don't want me to be honest? You want me to lie to you? Is that what you're telling me? Huh?
No. Okay. You know what? Yes. Omit that part of the truth in what you're saying. All right.
Cool. I got it now, people. So I don't want to hear Veta saying, "Oh, you don't believe me," and I'll be like, "You told me to lie to you." I was saying,
I did not say that. I did not say that. Hold on 1 second. I'm hearing noises.
No stress, man. Do your thing, man. It's all good. No stress. There's a family man for those that don't know, people. You lot get any questions in? Keep them United, Manchester United, or Manchester City related as well. Someone said something about, Amorim has only 1 win against non-promoted sides with 11 men. Chelsea plus Villa were with 11 men. Chelsea plus Villa were both reduced to 10. The rest of the wins were against promoted sides. Everton was our only home win against 11. The more and more stats and these things that people bring out just point to all the same thing. They just point to all the same thing consistently, but people still want to back this. Man, I'm running out of things to say. I can only just point at stats like this. And because it's international break, people are going to come out with more stats and more things of this nature. How have you only got one home win against non-promoted teams with 11 men? And this guy going to be in charge come that Liverpool game. And Liverpool will be up for that. Been saying that. Now, anyone expecting Liverpool to be as bad as they've been prior? No. Players to be as bad as prior? No. Anfield to be, you know, if everyone think, oh, Anfield's they're going to be nervous, it's going to be quiet, blah, blah, blah. Nope. Not happening. Not happening. Not in the slightest. Hey, Jez, that is crazy. That is mad. And someone said something about Arsenal as well. I know it's a United City show. Someone said something about Arsenal moving their home games to Wembley. Crazy. Next 5 league games, we've got Liverpool away, Brighton at home, Forest away, Spurs away. I don't know the 5th. I'm not sure what the 5th game is. I'm unsure what the 5th game is, but I stand by it. I don't expect him to make it through that quartet. I think he'll be sacked by November. United are very much capable of going 0-4. And to answer the question in the title, can United win 2 games in a row? No. I don't think so. I think we're going to struggle at Anfield massively. Brighton, all wrong for us, have a great record at Old Trafford. Forest, knowing us, will probably give them their first win under Ange. Same way. Oh, they might have won by then. I don't know who's Forest. I'm going to check Nottingham Forest fixtures in a second. And then Spurs away, who've not beaten 3 years. So, yeah, that would be great. Yeah, Daniel, I think I've been earmarked this and said, I've marked that and said he's not making it through those games. I'm not sure who Forest have. Wirtz will get his first GNA against us as well. Can just see it now already. Can already see it. That'll get his first GNA. So Forest got Chelsea and Bournemouth away. So yeah, I don't reckon they'll win either of those games. So not only do I think we give Wirtz, not only did Liverpool put up their best performance against us and we give Wirtz his first GNA, I think Forest will get their first win against Ange under us. Stylistically, Forest are all wrong for us. And secondly, on top of that as well, Ange does very, very well against Amarim. And I think 0-4, we're capable. Do I believe we go 0-4? Nah, there's probably a draw in there somewhere. I never predict Manchester United losses because I'm Manchester United through and through. So, yeah. Hopefully it's done by next international break, which is November. I think it's November the 9th. Yeah, 9th of November is the last set of games. 9th of November. So I think he'll be gone. You've got any time from let me check. Anytime from like the 10th to the 14th. That working week, that Monday to Friday, I think I'll be gone. Because the fan base gonna be an absolute meltdown if we go 0-4. Because if we go 0-4, which I think we are going 0-4, even if it's 4 draws, sliding down the table. Currently sitting 10th, round about where I expected us to be under Amarim. And I look here and I go, yeah, especially defeat to Liverpool. A heavy defeat to Liverpool could spell the end. But we'll see. They will be back shortly as well. Let's see what else you lot saying. Hold up. Let's see what's what. Big up everyone in the chat as well. Yeah, Vega's hilarious, man. He cracks me up. Smart individual. He knows what he's doing. He over there trolling with the truth. As all the time. We bless Vega, yeah?
Yeah, man. I'm dealing with these minions and
it's cool, man. Gotta do what you gotta do, man.
yeah,
Parents, you know what I'm saying? Becoming a parent, people have told me, man. Best thing you'll ever do. This is what I've been told.
You gotta give back, man. You gotta give back. I can't have the bloodline stop with me, so I have to pass it on.
Why you got no other? I'm sure you got other family members, correct?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, exactly. So
but I gotta do my part. I gotta do my part.
Oh, you gotta do your part. Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Our family big enough. You know what I'm saying? That's what enough of them. Enough of these minions running around and all this type of stuff.
Maybe. Well, shoot.
Enough of them.
You'll have. I'm not wishing this on you, but
no.
There might be some.
I already know what you're gonna say. This fucking guy, you know. This guy, you know.
Hopefully, there's no Jerry Springer moments or Maury Povich moments.
There's no Jerry Springer moments. I am a gentleman. That's why I am a gentleman. That's why I don't. I'm doing them things. I don't get involved in those. You know, those acts of behavior.
You're a damn liar. I'm calling you out for no more lies on this show. You can do that on the other.
Why am I lying?
Because Flawless, we know this. We know You could say yes, you are a gentleman because a gentleman doesn't speak, doesn't talk his business, but you never know. Is all I'm saying. You never know. You never know. That trip that you did back then, and you can't quite remember how much you drank. You never know. That's all I'm saying.
Crazy.
Before,
Go on, carry on.
Before, because I want to put a few things in perspective here.
Go on.
If this season ends up being not what I hope it to be, with regards to winning the title, it is gonna hurt, right? It is gonna be disappointing. Just to go back to what you were saying earlier in terms of now winning the league, but it's not taken as severely because of how the club's been running. You know what I mean?
In what sense? Go on. I'm still listening. Just getting my water.
It's disappointing because you don't win the trophy that you want, that you're aspiring to. Maybe you don't see the level of football that you want consistently. You get player errors during critical games, or you get a manager that makes the wrong decisions in terms of starting lineup or even tactics. But it's one of those where, and again, you said this before, maybe it is because of the age thing and maybe the perspective, but there's confidence knowing that, okay, we get back to it. We put in that effort, we get back to it to challenge again. Because I'm not delusional. I'm not like the trophies that are on display behind me. That doesn't happen because, it's just one moment of right decisions. Like there's been a lot of falling short, a lot of mistakes, crashing out of Champions League, quarters, semis, losing in a final. Like a lot of things need to happen for, some of these beautiful trophies to happen. So the confidence in how the club's being run is where I kind of take things like a little calmer to be like, you know what? We'll go again. And maybe that, and obviously I have that advantage because unlike some other clubs, it's not going on a decade or 2 decades of not winning, the trophies that we want. So yeah, man, I'm going to take this one game at a time. We got week 8. What's Daniel got to say?
Daniel says, there a question for Veta. Would you accept the second season at Manchester City going trophyless, the no trophy at all? I don't think City fans would accept that. It's kind of tying into what you were saying, so that's why I thought I'd bring it up.
Wow, Daniel. Well, first of all, unlike some of the other people on these shows that kind of put their noses up with certain trophies or plates, as they want to call it, I didn't go trophyless last season. I actually won the Community Shield. But this season, if I were to go trophyless, I think we're too good to go trophyless. I actually want to win. I want to win the Carabao Cup. I do want to win that. I like the early winning and the Pep's always, and even before Pep, even when Jose was in this league, we know how they prioritize that trophy. You want to get players all dialed in. And that'll lead me to a conversation point I want to bring up with regards to some of the rivals, but winning breeds winning. And if we can go and get that trophy early days, and then, again, also to get that trophy early days gets all the players buying in to know, you know what, I do have to maybe chop my minutes a little bit and have some rotation, not playing every game, and everybody's on board. Everyone knows they're going to get some playing time, and maybe the sacrifice is there because you're winning a trophy and it means something when we have to do that for the FA Cup, when we got to do it for Champions League and obviously with the league. So I want that early days winning. But it's funny because I'm an athletics guy. I'm a track guy. Okay. That's where I come from originally.
Let's go.
I see too much of this.
You carry on. What was your sport? What did you do? What did you run?
Sprints. But my main thing was hurdles.
Hurdles. Okay, cool. Just asking our interest. 100 meters or like 400 meters?
110. Yeah, 110 hurdles.
Okay, cool.
But the reason why I bring that up is because you don't get world records just running to be ahead, just running to slightly be ahead, or just doing enough to be ahead. All right? I've heard too much copium with regards to how last year's season played out with regards to Liverpool. Right? A lot of the justification in terms of the games that they dropped, in terms of the lack of points that they actually acquired, was like, we'd already won the league and guys were on vacation. But I just want everyone take a second in the chat. Take a second. When you have that, I'm gonna go out and still have high quality, still demand the best of my players, of my coaching staff to close out a season, it does something. Like players know to stay dialed in. It's kind of like it's a winning culture that's just like ingrained. There's no you can't go from being the nice teacher to then being the stern and strict teacher. You know what I mean? You can't be the nice cop and then I'm gonna now be the bad cop. Arnie, I think he missed it, and again, maybe it's his. He's a novice coach. Like I used that reference with Arteta. Everybody had no problem because of how many years of Arteta.
Yeah, I didn't realize that they had managed the same time.
Yeah, the Liverpool fans told me, you know what, Arnie's coach just as much. So if I'm gonna be quote unquote disrespectful and saying that Arteta is a novice manager, I should apply the same thing to Arnie. Yeah. And I don't
think it's disrespectful though, because you can be a novice coach that's successful.
Thank you, Flawless. Thank you. Some when I say novice, they think it's disrespect. But I think Arnie showed his noviceness. I think he showed his maybe.
I was gonna get here, so go on. Floor's yours.
I think he missed his managerial opportunity to kind of keep these players dialed in and know what should be the standard for Liverpool, right? But they turned the dial down. They scaled back, and a lot of copium happened with regards to some of these games that they dropped off. But I brought up the athletics background because when you go out and you try to like actually be the best, set a standard, you don't coast. You don't take your foot off the gas. And it's interesting on how the games that they lost and how he managed them. And again, I'm not trying to do the whole hindsight, but many Liverpool fans now are doing the hindsight and being like, how they closed out that season, they're seeing those issues in how they're dropping games now.
They lost 2 and drew 1 after they won the league, or drew 2 and lost 1.
So I'm not doing this in terms of creating something. Flawless, you know this. Pops likes to look, right? Pops is always looking. I like to listen. I'm hearing how these Liverpool fans have talked about how the season closed out. I'm listening and hearing how they're talking about how they're dropping these points, and there's consistency there. Now, we are always going to get here. We talk about City, talk about United. United, the win that you had, and I know you're not getting gassed. I know you want this manager out. I know the quality that you kind of see you actually, and many United fans think that this quality is better than where you are right now.
I think even people who are Amorim would say this team is much better than.
Yeah, I'm hearing challenge top 4. I'm hearing be in the mix for a European spot.
This team with a decent manager, which is in Europe.
And I'm with you, Amarin out. So when the next
manager you ain't with me because you are better out, so you ain't with me.
Whether it's a new manager, whether it's an interim, again, the excitement.
It just has to be of a quality. That's what. Back to what I was talking about, the trophy thing. This on obviously a much lesser scale is in regards to why I'm so irritated. Because even the performance against Sunderland, good performance with all those players out there who are not. Some of them aren't good enough, but they can play better. That's why I said.
Let me ask you this.
Go on. Yeah.
Knowing that you're United, you want to get back to being United.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you be okay? I know it might sound crazy, but would you okay?
Probably not, but go on, I'll let you land this question. Go on.
Would you okay with the manager not having Europe for the first year so that the pressure isn't quite there and he can get them into Europe? Not have to manage the European schedule and the domestic schedule. Like when you think long term, knowing the pressure that applies.
Are you saying summer? So if the manager joined this summer?
Yeah, or no, even if the manager were to join this interim or whatever.
There's no preference to me because like you're under scrutiny regardless.
I know, but what would be the training wheels would be better if there was no Europe and he had to play into Europe. I disagree with that though.
I don't think so. I don't think that's the case.
But
if you used to playing 2 games, and ideally, but if it's that, I get what you're saying. But if it's that big of a problem, you are going to suffer here. I need my manager equipped to play in 2 games a week.
No, I
As
get
soon
that,
as-
but Flawless, stop that. See, this is the thing.
What?
You know,
Go
if
on.
you keep telling me there's no other club like United, the badge is heavier.
Yeah, facts.
Oh, okay.
There's no training wheels. Ride the bike.
No way. For the
Ride
betterment of,
ride the
for a
bike.
manager to actually
It's not
last
betterment.
at your
Because
club.
Here's what happens then. Let's
What?
say in the scenario, the manager joins whenever. So let's say it's now. Let's say it's the summer. We have
Now
one
or
game a
summer,
week,
yeah.
and he's flying. Then it gets to 2 games a week, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden he struggles. I'd rather find out earlier that he was going to struggle with 2 games a week. Let me find out now. What are we waiting for? Like, I like to know as soon as. Throw him in the deep end and see if you could. Not even the deep end, yo. Throw him in the sea.
There's
'cause
no
this
other
is
club like
Manchester
United. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
very few, exactly. So throw him in.
So let him no, but every manager would have to learn. There's no other club like you guys. Let the manager.
You can learn and be successful. We were just talking about it. We said you can be a novice manager and be successful, right? You can be a novice and still do well.
Oh my gosh. But
Like,
you
none of
know
this,
you know
try to
the
baby people into it and like, oh, like, can you do it?
this is the thing, but
let's find
this
out.
is what I'm saying, Flawless. I feel United fans don't want to take the developmental long term sacrifice.
I'm all for that, but there's no sacrifice. There's no need to sacrifice. But I'm with you on the developing, yes, but get results and performances in that scenario too as well. I'm not saying win every game.
All right, let
I'm
me
not
tell you
win.
what
I'm not saying win. I'm not even saying go win a major trophy every season.
No, I'm not even saying that
regards
either.
to manager, just provide the basics is what I want. None of this getting used to playing 1 game a week. No, you play 2 matches a week here. You might play 3 matches in 10 days. You might play 4 matches in 15 days. Welcome to being Manchester United. That's why you are paid what you are paid. This is why it's the best. This is why you are getting the best pay packet you've ever seen. That's why. There's a reason for that. You think we gave you that because we like you? No, we gave you that because it's a very tough job you do. Extremely tough job. Extremely well paid. That's why. This is why you're on. Let's say whoever the manager is, unless it's Xavi. Actually, Basel ain't even got bread like that. So whoever it is, maybe Zidane's the only one. You are getting your best money here in regards to wages. You're under the most pressure? Yeah, arguably, yes, that too. Welcome to Manchester United. That's why I said even the deep end, this is the C.
All right.
That's where you are.
Okay.
Like, hey, so I'm all for it. Like, again, I'm not asking for make the steps, yes. But make them steps instantly from, again, everyone's different. All fans are different in what they expect.
I think
I'll see the manager to come here and provide the basics and we'll be fine. Because I think just implementing the basics gets Manchester United Europe this season.
I think a manager coming in and having a first season like Maresca would be perfect. If a manager came into United,
say that again. Sorry.
If a manager came in and had a first year like Maresca in terms of he had to deal with the Conference League, obviously everything domestic, play the club into 2
games a week, yeah. If he happens,
but the pressure.
I don't blame him for what he walks into. But you said an ideal. No, even if it is conference, I want him with some form of. All right, I gotta play midweek, and then but
conference is different. Conference
but
is different
even
than
if it's
Europa
Europa
or
League,
than Champions League.
Even if it's Europa or Champions League, you're going to get there eventually.
That's...
So let's find out about you now.
Oh my gosh.
We need to find out about you now. You talking about he's a heavyweight, but you know what? Let him spar light heavyweights for the time being. No, you're a heavyweight, spar heavyweights.
No. He is a light heavyweight. He's gaining in weight class.
You ain't no light heavyweight. Once you at Manchester United, you a heavyweight. What we talking about here? None of this. This respectfully, this ain't Manchester City. There's none of this waiting around.
Keep doing it your way. Keep doing it your way. I'm just saying.
They don't know. They don't do it my way. That's where the problem lies.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
What?
Because when Erik ten Hag was, or whatever his resume was, or him coming to the club, you were all for it.
Cool.
Same
So let me ask you then. So you think Ten Hag with 1 game a week performs much better? You think that helps him, or does his reign go the same way? So if we didn't have Europe when Ten Hag joined, and then didn't have Europe when Ten Hag joined in his first season, you think that's what affected Ten Hag so bad? Or is Ten Hag just
no. Don't stack it. I'm just saying if he got acclimated. Yeah, I know, but
so you think it was the acclimation period why Ten Hag failed?
I think he would have been better long term if he acclimated and it was a slow game.
Would you think he would have been a success here?
I can't answer that. But he won you 2 trophies, and 2 trophies wasn't success, right?
No,
And,
because of
and
what happened. He had successes, but was his overall reign a success here? No, because he didn't
no,
do it. He didn't join to do what he was. He didn't do long term what he joined to do. So why did he get sacked at Leverkusen then inside 2 games?
no, but we're not. See, now you want to take
No,
it
I'm
somewhere
asking you.
else.
No. I am asking you a question. Why did he get sacked inside 2 games at Leverkusen?
He got sacked inside 2 games because he was trying to flex his old agency with regards to players. He was talking differently amongst staff or doing things that he first said he wasn't going to do and then he was going to do. And obviously coaching style and how he was working with his coaching staff didn't work out. But
Okay. Kind of sounds like his issues at Manchester United, so that's nothing to do with getting acclimatized. Those issues you just mentioned, nothing is there. It's nothing to do with playing 2 games a week.
But my point is, we don't need to bring it to just to Ten Hag, because the same could apply with regards to Amarin coming in mid-season. I'm just trying to point out, and the reason why I say do it. No, I know you disagree, but I'm just saying, if you've done it a certain way, right? You've been doing it a certain way with the expectation, and every time it's been said, this is United, we've never done this, it's never been this bad. The next manager you got surpassed what was never this bad.
No, it's not. It's just Amarin.
No, because when what the heck? When no, it's all good. When Ollie was doing his thing, it's no copyright. That's a beat.
Yeah, we good. Yeah. I was just saying a lot. So good.
When Ollie was doing his thing and having his poor
Ollie was the wrong appointment.
Okay, but at the time of
that's nothing to do with him getting acclimatized. That's the whole point I'm making. Ollie should have never have gotten the job. He didn't have. He had nothing on his resume that should have got him the Manchester United job. That's nothing to do with being acclimatized. What are we talking about here?
Okay, Flawless. You let me finish though.
Go on.
Ollie came in as a band-aid, as a fix, right? I get it. He's interim. They said interim what Rio said, give him the contract. Okay, so he was never to be the manager, but he came through. He came through and he was having some successes. There was the pressure. They gave him a contract. All right. Again, not really following any type of proper process to bring him in. Then you got Ragnick. He kind of gave the whole thing, and then you got Ten Hag, right? But I'm trying to point out, yes, you've been doing it a certain way since Sir Alex Ferguson. What I'm trying to say,
in the sense of what, I don't understand. You're doing it a certain way. I don't understand what that is. What does that mean?
You went in. No one was going to match what Sir Alex Ferguson was going to do. So the pressures were incredibly high, right?
Yeah.
So between why am I forgetting his name?
Moyes.
Between Moyes,
again, another terrible appointment from the jump.
Yeah.
Never should have got the job.
Okay, he never should have gotten the job. Yeah. Now, what I'm trying to say is, if you can go back, realizing the pressure of United. Just hear me out with regards to the pressure of United, the task, what's demanded of you, all of the inquiries, being under the microscope. All I'm saying is, I think what would be ideal for United, the club that you guys are, is if a manager came through and really, to what you said, let me see how they manage with multiple games during the week. I think ideally would be, let's see how this manager manages the Prem. Let's see how he deals with the Conference League and progress from there. With the expectation is just to build on it, as opposed to a manager coming through right now, and some of you would be expecting this squad's good enough to be top 4. We should be in Europe.
Again, but it's on the board. But Europe, yes, depending on how far we are. But I'm not just looking at results and performances. So let's say a manager joins right now. I'm not going to be like, hey, we finished 5th. Excellent from the manager. No, that's just one-eyed, one lens to look at it. I would just look at results and where we are in the league. I get it. He's good. Yeah. Yes, 100%. You are paid to deliver everything. This is why you are paid as much as you are paid. Not only the manager, his staff, also the playing staff as well. So with that, that's how I look at it. It's performance.
But Flawless, can you admit, please, that sometimes you need to crawl before you can walk? Yes. Sometimes you can let the manager. So the manager might give you results, but not the manager might give you results, but not the performances.
How bad is don't give me bad. Give me something. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be 10 out of 10. But I'm saying the overall standard, it shouldn't go below.
Okay.
It should be we're competitive against everyone.
All right.
Because I watch teams. I watch teams without our talent compete against everybody. Hear what I said there? I didn't say win. I said compete.
Yeah.
Bournemouth, nor Palace, nor Brighton have better 11s than us. How
Okay.
come that I can watch them win, lose, or draw? They compete against everybody. Everton don't have our players. Everton compete against everybody. Hear what I'm saying here? Compete. We don't do that. I am asking them, and this is why it ties back into what I always talk
Everton's
about.
doing that now.
The basic. From Moyes has got there, they've been doing that. From when Dyche got sacked and Moyes took over, they've been doing it.
Yeah, but Flawless, you to your own self wouldn't want Moyes there.
No, I'm not. Again, you're missing the point.
But my point is,
go and get Moyes.
But hear what you're saying though. You're saying compete, and you're saying compete, and then I'm saying
Moyes
even look at the.
You're conflating. Moyes was never the guy because that ties that. All right, I'll push it forward. The manager has to. The manager
but it's
has to have
perfect. Your example is perfect. Your example is perfect
Yes.
because.
So the overall point I'm making is imply that like you have to, because we're not. Here's why it mentions with Moyes. We're not when Moyes took over. We're not at the same point we're at now. My expectations change from where we're at.
Yes,
Well,
but
Moyes
my
took
question
over,
to you is: would you take Moyes today?
No.
Seeing how he's got,
there's better options.
Everton competing, you just mentioned it. You talked about why not?
There's better options than him. That's why.
Okay.
There's better managers than him. There's a manager there that's won the Europa League and the FA Cup. Why would you go and get Moyes?
Well, I think in future reference, I don't think you should mention the style of play of managers elsewhere that you wouldn't accept at your club. Like using Everton as an example.
But that's a whole different thing. I didn't mention style of play. You know what I mentioned? I'm talking about.
You said compete. Yeah.
Yes, I'm talking about. Don't necessarily mean defensive or offensive. What goes on to net? There's multiple things that I would want from the new manager.
I know.
Let me land here. So employ the basics. Yes, I want a good brand of football. So I don't want Moyes. They start to add to that. So I'll give you the list, the whole list of what I'm looking at from the manager. Results, of course. Performances, of course. Style of play, of course. Competing, of course. Smart lineups. Basics.
I know this. I know you
don't, because you just asked me about Moyes. You don't fit.
No. I had to check you quickly on Moyes because if on future convos, if you're going to be referencing you and the United guys, you guys can be
I reference.
No, but hear me out. Let me finish.
No, because I reference Moyes because he implies the basics at Everton, which is cool for Everton's level. They can play that football. He's been there before and had success. We had respectfully, like you said, this is Manchester United. We're not Everton Football Club. So, of course, what we expect is miles much more than what Everton expect. No disrespect. Like, that's just what it is. What are we talking about here?
Okay, cool. So if you say, and you reference other clubs, look at them competing, they don't have the quality of United and they're competing. I'm just saying, if you're going to point out those clubs that don't have the quality of yours but are competing, what then has you say you don't want those managers at those other clubs that have lesser talent competing to come to United?
For various reasons. The reason why I wouldn't want Hertzler at Brighton is because of his age. The reason why I wouldn't want Moyes is because of the style of his football.
You can't discriminate because of age. What are we doing here?
No, I can't. He's younger than me and you. Of course I can.
So what?
What do you mean, so what? Like, this is completely different. What do you mean, so what? All right, you get a manager you can happily have a manager at City who's 30, 31 years old. What we talking? No. I want a manager that's 32. So
Nagelsmann, you were like, nah, never for me.
I wasn't with Nagelsmann, no. And we seen what happened when he went Bayern.
He actually got let go of Bayern for reasons not for his coaching style. He was actually better than what Tuchel was doing.
Was he successful at Bayern?
Yes, he was.
He was successful at Bayern. He was
successful. They let him go because he was quote unquote too young.
What did he do at Bayern?
I think all he did was win their league once.
Okay, I don't remember him doing anything of note at Bayern Munich that everyone was like, "Whoa!" But I didn't want Nagelsmann. No.
Well, again, I guess you tell me they're only judged on winning Champions League, which is all good. But my point is, if you're gonna not want a manager, I know that's one. I know that's one of them. But
yeah,
I want to bring.
But yes, but you said you wanted more information on what I was saying, so that's why I use Moyes as an example. Do I want Moyes at Manchester United? Of course not. What I'm saying is he's getting Moyes is getting the most out of what he has and more at Everton. That's basic management.
Okay.
Basic. That's all I want the manager who joins here. Not all I want to do, but one of the things I want him to do. Style is also another one.
I just find it for me, and again, maybe it's just on how I hear things. But when I hear rivals, when I hear United fans in particular talk about the clubs that they're looking at, and look at how this club are competing. Look at how this club are playing, and they'll quick to say that in terms of admiring it or recognizing it and wanting that at their club.
Competing is the basics. It's not an admiration. It's no admiration when I say that. Them managers that I've just mentioned there do the basics with Areola and Glasgow. There is some admiration. They're two managers I would take. They're 1 and 2 on my list. So that is admiration when I mention those two. I mentioned other clubs to reiterate to you and others how bad it is. When you look at them teams in terms of individual talent, I know that the levels they're performing at, the individual talent don't match up because he's implemented the basics there. That Bournemouth team that Areola has, people don't rate them in from an individual standpoint. And 4 of their back 5 got taken and they look just the same. They lost 4 of their best, well, not Kepa. Actually, you could say Kepa, but they lost 3 of their best outfield players. They lost Kirkhead, Zabani, and Hulson, lost Kepa, and their back 4 looks the same this season. Their outfield outside of Semenyo, nobody mentions. Nobody mentions Evan Nielsen, Cliver, Scott, Tavernier. Who's the other one? Tyler Adams. You know what I'm saying? North of the border from you lot. No one don't mention these players. Atara moved to Brentford. No one don't mention these lot. So how has he got them playing like that is the point I'm making. I use certain teams. I use Moyes to further reiterate the point. Look at that Everton team. Because if they was in a if they was battling relegation, we'd all go, yeah, that's about right.
Okay.
He has been performing the book. So my point is get this team performing, most of the players performing to their level or above.
Okay.
And if you do that, because we have more of it, and also on top of that, the league is not strong overall, in my opinion.
No, you can't say that. You can't say that.
No, people get mistaken. It's entertaining and competitive, but I don't think there's many teams I look at and I go, whoa.
You can't say that. The reason why I say that, and again, it's early days. It's early days.
Yes.
But I've heard this said way too often, and it's properly judged when we see how our clubs play in Europe. So we can probably say this league isn't quite all that when we look at Europa and we look at Champions League. Because if we're slapping up other European teams, we can't then go back and say this league isn't all that. So
it depends on the league.
It's only 2 games. It's only 2 games of Champions League. It's only 2 games. But I'm just saying, if in Champions League it looks like Arsenal are handling Europe, Chelsea are handling Europe.
They are all expected to handle Europe though.
So then how in the same breath do you say that this league isn't all that?
Because other leagues can not be of quality either in regards to overall teams.
Okay.
Serie A's been weak for however long. Let me ask you, when's the last time you probably answered this. When's the last time you booked an Italian team in the knockout stages actually scratch that. When's the last time an Italian team, even though Inter Milan made it to the final, the Italian team was like, yeah, they're gonna be a monster. They're favorites for champs. When did that happen? I'm asking. When's the last time that happened? Outside of
Inter has been the most consistent. Inter has been the most consistent, but again,
and that's what that was. That was a manager who we all looked at and went, "You are going above your lane." Hence why they just lost the Champions League final in record.
But at the same time, we had Dortmund who were in the final just 2 seasons ago. Bayern are consistent over there. Okay. That's really
but Bayern are not consistent.
Even Leverkusen.
These are the worst Bayern sides we've seen in a minute.
Oh, no, you ain't going to do that to my man company. Don't do that. Don't do that. This is the best start Bayern have had ever. No manager. You're not going to cut me off. I'm going to get this. No manager before Vincent Kompany has had Bayern start the season like this.
I'm not talking about this season. I'm talking about Bayern even before him. I'm talking Bayern over the last 5 to 10 years have not been at it. Okay. When's the last time Bayern were a powerhouse in Europe? You watch Champions League as well as I do.
A powerhouse.
Yeah, or Bayern got a good chance. When's the last time we said that of winning the Champions League?
What, COVID? 2020?
So we're saying 5 years ago to prove my point. We're talking half a decade. Yeah, certain clubs they won a trophy in that period, but go on as you were.
Yeah, but okay, they've fallen, but at the same time, I don't know how you're so comfortable to say that this league isn't all that when you also look at how they Okay, no, that's fine because I don't want to do I don't want to do the back in the day football was better type thing, and
No, it's
now
not about
football isn't
being
that good.
better. I'm just talking about the quality of, like, I think you have 3 very good sides in yourself, Liverpool, and Arsenal, and then I think the rest are
See, there you go, being
are
disrespectful
good
to
to.
Chelsea. There you go, being disrespectful to Spurs, who won
don't feel that.
Europa. I know they did that over on your heads.
Where did they
but
finish in the league?
they obviously had to prioritize Europa.
Forget
and not the league.
teams have prioritized Europe because you just
No,
used
but this-
Leverkusen. Wait, Leverkusen made the final of Europa. Where did they finish?
Well, they won their league.
Okay, so you had a team prioritize the Europa, get to the final, and finish first. And don't give me that prioritizing stuff.
No,
If
but
you're
there's
quality,
also-
that
Oh
proves
my
my
gosh.
point. If you're a quality
doesn't.
side, you don't. If you're of course, if you're a quality side, you don't finish 17th in your league.
No, but you can finish 17th in your league and not
No,
be
you
that.
can't.
No,
Dylan,
listen.
no,
Let me
you
finish. Let
can't.
me finish. You
You
can be
cannot.
that flawless. Listen, you can be that in 2024, and then you can be a better club in 2025
No,
with
you
what they've
can't.
invested.
You gotta
So
tap what we
Spurs
got.
aren't what they were last year. You can't
No,
say
they're
that
not.
Spurs are 17th.
Spurs
That was
are,
last
but
year.
Spurs-
Put that to bed.
Spurs are not all that. Spurs, I think, will finish 5th, mainly based off the lack of quality.
Oh, real.
There is who got all right. That's the
Oh
case.
my
Who did
gosh.
you have 5th? Wait, who did you have 5th again?
I don't know.
Yeah,
It doesn't
Spurs,
matter. That doesn't even
You
matter
had
with this
Spurs?
convo
Yeah,
right now.
it does. Yeah, so you don't like this.
It
You
do-
had
no, it
Spurs
doesn't.
5th, because our 8th was close, no, because we're talking about the quality of the league. Me and you had Spurs 5th.
Okay.
When me and you are not taking many players from Spurs.
That has the fact that I'm not taking many players to my club doesn't mean that the
Okay, I'll
club
rate many
the club
players. We
itself
don't rate
cannot
out-
play better.
Outside of Kudus, Jed Spence, we don't rate them. We don't rate them. We don't rate their team highly, and we've got them 5th.
It doesn't matter. It's a
No, it does
cohesive.
matter
It's
because
how-
it talks to the quality of the team. How's it a
No,
quality?
it also
outfit?
talks to the manager and how he can get the tactics against whoever they're facing
Or
to
is there
get
a
the
lack of
job
qual-
done.
Is there a lack of quality elsewhere?
But it could have been a lack of quality in 2024, 2025 season. It's now
I think
2025,
it was-
2026.
I think it was both, to be honest. Last season, the
Okay.
manager and the lack of quality. Because again, to my point, Spurs finished 17th, don't have much. Who did we have 6th? Villa and Newcastle are not as they were, even though Villa.
Okay,
remained
but
the
you guys
same.
finished 15th, and you guys are probably in the top 4, top 5, top 6 in terms of quality. No, Flawless, don't do this. You think you have good enough quality to be
Oh, right.
top
I thought
6,
you was
top
gonna
4?
say- no, because you said top 4, top 5, top 6. I thought you meant us finishing there. Sorry, go on.
No. I just meant in
That was
terms
it.
of
Yeah,
you
I was
have
just
quality
asking.
enough. Yeah,
That's
you're
fine.
ready. You're ready. I saw
Yeah, I
you.
was ready outside. Yo, don't even say this shit, yo. I was like, don't even
You're
say
ready.
this.
I caught you. But no, in terms of the quality, again, in terms of the quality, in terms of
we are an underperforming side, but even us performing at our best, there are not major holes, but there is significant.
yes, no
weaknesses.
team's perfect. I hear
And
you. I got
that's
major
about-
holes at left back
no,
and right
it's not
back.
It's not about not being perfect. It's more so about just, again, the quality. And I look at it in the Premier League and go, if you are a team that does the basics and functions well, you can get into Europe. I don't think you have to be extra special in the Premier League to get into Europe. That should not be the case.
Okay, I hear
That's
you.
where not issue lies, but I think doesn't mean it's not competitive. Doesn't mean there isn't sides who don't perform well and there's not good individuals.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now,
But-
I want to apologize. I want to apologize for the severe sharp turn because I realize I'm short on time here. But
That's-
I was
do your thing, man.
I was speaking on all this and I was trying to talk about the whole progression in club and when I would
It's
mention
a good question. It's a good debate.
so yeah, we'll see where kind of things line up. And again, it's seven games in, so nothing too stressed. But I think to kind of bring it back, I think their man over there, their man Arnie, missed out on keeping that intensity to close out the season. Because again, I'm listening, not always watching, but I'm listening, and I think that for him to dial things down, for him
17th,
to
you know.
dial,
But go on.
they're not 17th quality this year, but.
No, they're bad. No, they are better this year, 110%. But yo, like I said, I'll tell you, watch them, but don't, because it's an eyesore.
What Spurs right now?
Watching Spurs is painful, man.
Yeah,
And this
it's
weekend has
painful,
been
but
nice,
again,
man.
but at the same time, if the results are being managed, right? Because again, there was
But we know what that is because you've heard people say that to me on this show. Or in particular, not so much with Amorim because he don't get results. Ten Hag. Well, you won X amount of games or you got this percentage. Performances eventually will. eventually your performance level consistently will show where you're going as a team. There's no team in the Premier League who's performing consistently well and continues to get bad results. If you're performing to
That's
a
true.
good
Yeah,
level,
yeah, of
you
course.
eventually you get good results to very good and great and so forth. So you can be, because too many people do results based analysis.
No, I hear that, but at the same
Go.
time, and this is where some of the geeks and the nerds will kind of understand this. When you look at some of the rankings, right? Shots, passing, possession, all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
you see like, oh,
People tried
joint
that
12th and all.
because we were top. Where I think we are top of XG. We were top or second.
So yeah, so there's things
But
like
I watched
that
the
in
game
terms.
with my eyes, and I know we are not top when it comes to creating chances.
But no, but I only say this because if you kind of geek out and you say, okay, where's the majority of the possession? Where are you guys defending consistently against the opposition? Where are you actually pressuring or finding more your attacking position? All those kind of things can kind of show how consistent or inconsistent you are. But from a club standpoint, I hear what you're saying. You want all of it: quality, performances, good
But
football,
not
and
even
all
at
that
that.
stuff.
Let me
No,
cut
but
you off there. Not
okay.
at the highest level straight away.
No, not straight away. But
Yeah.
and this is
I'm
what
not
this is
asking
what.
for
And
that. I'm not looking for that. I'm not looking for 10 out of 10 in any of those aspects.
no, I hear it.
From the jump.
But
Go on.
to tie this all back,
on.
I think that a new manager at United would have to again progress it. But I think the new manager at Liverpool missed out. And again, he's a novice. I think he missed out on keeping that intensity, that consistency at Liverpool to close out the season, and it's kind of hindering him now. Now, when we talked about earlier in terms of there's no you can't finish other than winning this league. And we know that that's for Arsenal because of the long
Facts.
drought, right? They've been celibate for 20 years right now. They need to get this. This needs to happen. Now, the amount of spending that's happened over at Liverpool, we know that they must as well.
Yeah.
And I want to say this.
Go on.
Klopp is brilliant. Jurgen Klopp is brilliant because when you play the underdog, when you say I will not go out and spend X amount of dollars on a big ticket player, when you say I will not have a window of 300 million or anything like that, you know what never gets applied to you? Blame of not having enough to win. Right? He's brilliant because he was able to have his career at Liverpool and never be scrutinized to be like, you are giving everything.
Yeah, because he was never given everything.
But he didn't want everything as well, because we know he would not have been in that job long enough if he was telling them, I need more. Get me these players. He was there that long because he was cool with it. We've heard him in press conferences being like, we cannot compete. This is how I manage things, and I've got to sell here and buy here.
Your manager's the king of it. My manager did it. Your manager did it. We ain't doing that, man. Like,
I don't want to flex on it.
I'll tell you this now. Managers lie. Managers
No. You're not gonna lump my manager into all managers lie. My manager doesn't lie. The thing is, Klopp could not manage the black card. Klopp.
Pep, you saying Pep don't do
No,
this.
we're not.
I've seen Pep batter teams 4-0 and say, yeah, that was our toughest game. All right, man.
No, he hasn't said it was our toughest game, but he said that was a tough game.
Okay.
Because it took a while. No, because again, this is the problem. You're going results based, and you're getting me off convo like you're defending me when I was about to just crush it on Liverpool. But that's cool. Pep would say that because unlocking them happened at a certain point within the game that was extremely difficult. But we know this. Once you score one, and then the team opens up because they don't want to end the game as a loss, and they try to score again, and then they get exposed. That's why Pep would sometimes mention in press conferences.
Hey, why did you go so defensive? I only done it once in 10 years. It's about time.
Wait, what?
Trolling. What he said.
That's different. That's different.
Yeah, he's trolling. That's my point I'm making.
Yeah, but that's different. He doesn't troll all the time. He doesn't
No,
lie
not all the
time.
time, but he trolls often. You know what I'm saying? He's trolling. He doesn't he trolls with the truth.
Nah, I don't
No one
troll.
can't say nothing to him when he says I've done it. This is the first time.
I don't
in 10
troll. That's
years
Jay.
I go,
That's the Spurs fan. I don't troll. My thing.
No,
with
you
regards
both shout out Jay though. Troll with the truth. Man.
Shout out Jay. I don't troll. I'm just trying to point. I'll point this out because I do have to go.
Go.
The Liverpool pressure is different, but Klopp was brilliant. His stint at Liverpool and what he did and how he managed things with FSG was brilliant, because he never had the expectation of you must win the title.
Yeah, because you
was
better.
Because we were better.
Yeah, you know what better.
Yeah, but before we were better, I don't think that
he didn't have the pressure. It wasn't up until then.
He was here before Pep, but he didn't have the pressure before. Yeah,
no, because that team was nowhere near it. That team wasn't. Yeah. That team wasn't anywhere near it.
Yeah, no, he was here before Pep, and Pep got here and finished third the season he got. But it's all. I'm
saying you lot both like ascended at the same time. It's just that Pep's better than Klopp, and you lot, and they had a better team, and you lot was close.
Pep can be trusted with the black card. Pep can be trusted to go out. No, Pep can be trusted and go out and get the big ticket players, and they're going to be here for more than 3 years.
FSG said the Klopp will spend more, and Klopp said no.
It's a combination between the two. If Klopp wanted, he got, and if he wanted more and didn't get it, he should have kicked off. But he was good with it. He was good with it. We can't argue that, because we know Flawless. If managers aren't happy, they pipe up. Right? They're not going to be a yes man that long. Unless they're cool with it, they'll be a yes man.
I think he was happy with what he had.
Exactly. But it was brilliant, because you know what? If he had what FSG was doing, and it's funny to me, like there's no way, Flawless, come on, there's no way that Arnie has more trust from FSG than Slot would have from FSG. No. There's no way. So I just think it's brilliant to go through his stint at Liverpool and never have a "you must" Klopp, because the amount of spending that happened this past summer, everyone has to look at Arnie and like, you must.
I think everyone has.
Yes,
I have. And I think that's why I think he's getting away with not being criticized enough for how Liverpool are playing. That's just me though.
Yeah, we'll see how you guys handle business after this international break, but I think it's just calm. I think it's calm right now. What do you mean?
You said you'll see how we handle business. I was saying,
we'll see how you guys handle business.
All right.
We'll see how you handle business. We'll see how you guys handle business.
Yeah.
Wait. What is? I didn't even read this. What?
Pop said, Pep had the foundation laid for me. Joined, had all these people in place and all that money to spend. That is very, very true. He did have a better platform than Klopp, and he did everything we expected of him of him and more. To be honest, that's why he's one of the GOATs.
But again, that's too simplistic.
Yeah.
No, because listen, if I'm going to new.
Yeah,
no, hold on.
We got pressure to apply the pressure. What's your thoughts on Slot? Let's get that before you go. As of like right now and the issues they have.
Right. You don't need to rewrite history to apply the pressure. What?
Yeah, you're talking about the pressure on the Liverpool. Let's talk about Liverpool now. I know you like dunking on Klopp. It's great. I love dunking on Liverpool. It's kind of like
I think Klopp was brilliant on how he managed things, because he never had that target on his back. He was always the underdogs.
He didn't have. You never had these. Yeah. So what's your thoughts on Liverpool and them struggling now? Are you surprised by their struggles?
I am. I'm very surprised by it. I am very surprised by it. And I'm actually very surprised by the reaction from the fan base as well, but that's for another show. The Arnie thing is interesting because Pops brought up that comment about rewriting. The rewriting of they are unbalanced now. The rewriting of they don't quite have it set up to win. I don't want to hear any of that. I'm turning down the volume if I hear another Liverpool fan say, our transfer window wasn't that good. Shut up. I'm not forgetting this. I will go back in the archives. I will find the clip that says best transfer window ever. And that was done by Liverpool fans, and that was done by the media. I am going back and I will check that up. Sorry, my door just opened.
No, good fam, no stress. Yeah, he was, I give Klopp all the credit in the world, man. Did the business at Liverpool. So much, I give him so much credit. I think he should have won more there. But hey, props to Klopp. Did a good job there, was successful. I think he underachieved, but he's successful. Yeah, the Liverpool in the transition is crazy. That is mad. Like, we ain't hearing that. That's crazy. That is crazy.
My bad. Yeah.
Okay,
So the transfer window was labeled best ever. It
Yes.
was talked about as this is what big clubs do. It was talked about going out from a position of strength. I'm not hearing any of the this player shouldn't have left. We should have actually kept so and so. Stop. Now, what I was just waiting for, I wasn't going to go out and put this out there because, again, I don't want things to kind of come back. You don't want to tempt things. But if any Liverpool fan thought that you could lose Trent and things would kind of be calm, okay. And again, they're all saying, yeah, Trent can go because of how their feelings were hurt, right? The man that said it meant more. They were all quick to say, go, get out of here, you rat. But their emotions clouded what he was as a player. Now, defensively, he wasn't all that. He was getting subbed off at the 68th, 70th minute every game because Arnie made sure he wanted someone more defensive. But creatively, attacking-wise, there's no better right back or midfielder playing right back than Trent in terms of distribution. He's missed, right? But every Liverpool fan said, Frank Pong, nah, he'll hit the ground running. Doesn't matter. We ain't missing Trent. So I don't want to hear you missing Trent now. I don't want to hear that. And then everyone told me, Robertson, he's aged out. He's no longer that guy. He needs to move on. He should have been gone a couple seasons ago. All right? What's Kirkes doing for you? And Kirkes had a very good season last year. I don't want to hear this. I don't want to. Best window ever is how it was labeled, and not by me. You guys are media darlings.
Thanks for reminding me about that. Actually, that's how the thank you. That's how the
Flawless. You forgot about that. Yeah, it was plastered everywhere.
It was. You right. I forgot. Thank you.
It was plastered everywhere, and they were telling us. They were telling us best transfer window ever.
I remember the windows it was being compared to. Yeah. I do remember.
Wild. Yeah. And not only that, and they were saying that because obviously they got Ekatike, they got him locked up, calm. They also got Verts early days, and they were all flexing. City, sorry, Flawless, this is shots fired. But every time a rival gets a targeted player from City, you know how they like to boast and talk about it. Maguire was one of them. Alexis Sanchez, even Fred. Certain players were whispered to come over to City. Rivals get them. Liverpool were flexing. Everybody thought.
I forgot about the best window ever, man.
Yo, best window ever.
You should brought this up on A-listers. I forgot. I'm gonna use that and continue that. Best window ever.
Listen. I like to. Let me throw one grenade a show. You know what I mean? You don't gotta throw two. Just throw one, and then you know what? Next show,
you got all the grenades. You know where they have the grenades.
Listen. Yo, they hate me over there. I was watching the comments over there. They hate me, but I love it. But again, this window, there's no going back and be like, I agree with Pops in terms of him saying it's on the manager. But this is why I wanted to mention Klopp's brilliant.
Klopp, and
Klopp never had this is on the manager talk because he never had the best window ever. He always got just not enough, right? It was always they didn't do enough for him. He was able to run that narrative, able to have that history. That's not Arnie does not have the pleasure of that. Arnie's now under the complete opposite. He's given everything. There's no FSG didn't do enough. There's no talk about FSG not being good owners, right?
FSG did enough. They did enough, 100%. FSG did enough this summer.
I think they did more than enough. 2 record transfers in one window. They did more than enough.
Pops, in regards to this, you say, is it the best transfer window ever for us? You lot have all said we had no pull and no money. No. It wasn't just the best window.
Hey, you see the remix. You see how he's trying to do that, Floss. Get him.
He's right in regards to Pops is right when he's saying people did say Liverpool had no pull and had no money, but people weren't saying best window just for you or saying overall of all time. Remember specifically, I think it wasn't on A-list because it wasn't on there, but I was on Hassam's channel and we was talking about it because we compared it to we were talking about a Real Madrid window where I think they signed Xavi Alonso, a couple others that window anyway, or there was a window where they got Benzema, Bale, but we was comparing it to a particular Real Madrid window. I can't remember which one. You lot will know in the chat. So yeah, it was like people was talking about it with the best window ever for us.
Yes.
And why it's crazy about the transition period, transition for Liverpool, because the team is there to perform. Miles, bro, I think it's on your manager. Said this
100%.
And also your spine hasn't changed massively.
Not at all.
Outside of the 10 and the 9, and your 9's actually been playing well in Ekitike. That's it. So it's the sides. I think your manager in Kirkez not playing Frimpong. I think it's also on the slower pace. I think a transition season is crazy. That's why I said that. I think it is. And that wasn't. And Pops, not necessarily you, but that was not the conversation from anybody when we was talking about.
Pops can hold it too. Transition season. No, Pops can hold it too.
I didn't hear anyone say transition, man.
No. I'm gonna go back and watch some early shows. I want to see.
It was 21. Remember, Pops? I remember you saying it. 21-7. It was 21-7.
There we go.
Like I'm not. That's why the transition and nah. Best window ever. Nah, thank you for reminding me. I forgot.
Trust me. I gotta go back. I gotta go back and clip it up because Barnes ain't getting away with it. Even though he's on the show flexing with the wife beater on. I can't wait until I see Platinum and I see how Pops is moving right now. I'm gonna go back and see how y'all were talking about that transfer window. There's no escape. Yes, it does fall on Arnie 100%, but this whole he's got more than enough to be performing better than this, right? And when you got Isak, when you got Wirtz, and again, all of them to a man and woman flexed. City wanted Wirtz. They got him. He's got to perform. And when I say he's got to perform, he's definitely got to do better than what he's been doing. Let's be real. Let's not sugarcoat this. I see different stats coming up to try to protect this player when I didn't see this type of protection for nobody else. Flawless. My brother got so much pressure when Pogba, who is way better accomplished, in my opinion, in terms of a complete footballer, going back to his club in terms of United, get killed. And he was performing way better than this when he joined United. Getting killed. So I'm going to keep the heat on. I'm not going to, whether it's Judge Mo or Don Hussam, Wirtz. Yeah, I'm going to keep talking about Wirtz until he performs. Until he performs, I'm going to chill. But right now, he's not performing, and he's going to catch that heat. Yeah. Flawless caught the heat with Pogba.
Yeah, I did.
Arsenal caught the heat with Pepe. Chelsea caught the heat with Caicedo and Fernandes. Listen, these clubs have caught the heat. I've obviously caught the heat with Jack Grealish, and he wasn't given the grace of let him get up to speed. He was crashing all the time.
I'm just not hearing transition. None of that.
We didn't hear no.
No one mentioned that before the season. I'm not now. They've been performing poorly.
None of that.
Players need to perform better. Yeah, but to me, it's the manager. Now, it's the manager. He's most
this manager not only has to deal with the best transfer window ever, which means after winning the Prem, trust me, run with that. After winning the Prem, having the best transfer window, now that expectation, that pressure, he's got to run with it. Not only that, in that offseason, big monster contracts to Van Dijk and Salah. Monster contracts. And these aren't contracts for them to just do what they've been doing.
Facts. Oh, yeah, Pops is always fuck Chelsea. Sorry, go on. Carry on as you were.
It's not to just do what they've been doing. It's to... And again, I know Salah's not to match the output of what he did last year, but he's got to look better than this. Come on, let's be real. And the role that he played last year, Pops and I talked about this. If the role he played last year, all you EAFCs, well, actually they don't have this in terms of instructions anymore. But if the player could just be in attack, just stay up there, right? No tracking back. Salah, if he has that same role, and I would expect him to have that same role because he's a year older, what, are you going to make him run more now? So, Isak, your choice. You wanted to go to Liverpool. Guess what? You're going to have to work more at Liverpool than you did at Newcastle because you got to do that work for Salah, at least for 2 years until Salah moves on. Same goes for Wirtz. The reason why this manager can't quite keep the balance is because Wirtz can't put in the mileage like Szoboszlai. No one can run like Szoboszlai.
Yeah, it's an off the ball thing, so you have to figure that out.
So now he's got Szoboszlai trying to shoehorn him in at right back. Isn't that why you got Frank? No,
but if I'm correct, it's what you said from the jump. But that wasn't when I say that general consensus weren't saying that. People weren't talking about Liverpool fans. I say exclude you, Pops, from this. Liverpool fans were not talking about transition.
None.
That wasn't.
None.
It was best.
We're not hearing it anyways. No, don't stop responding to Pops. Don't respond to Pops because Pops is not all of Liverpool. We know this. We know this. But he knows how his fan base have been talking. He knows this. So these points being brought up.
You got to include Crab. Crab weren't talking about transition. Shout out Crab. I know Crab was
talking about undefeated.
I know Crab wasn't.
Barnes held the 4 up. Prime reminded me this.
Barnes did say, hey, it was just you, Pops. Barnes did say quad.
Barnes did this, and Platinum talked about undefeated.
Hey, Pops, you need to leave them on that.
You got reckless people around you, Pops, and you know what, Pops? You've been out clubbing before. You know if you got one that's kind of wilding out, everybody else got to fight. So you got to fight this. You got to fight this for what Platinum and Barnes have done.
Yeah, Pops, it wasn't you, man. It was Barnes because
you got to hold it.
Crab went and found out, and it was Crab. It was those two. Them man weren't talking about transition.
None.
You know what I'm saying? No, that's why I'm not hearing no transition after the best window ever. Now it's transition.
So the group, the club, the gang of Bayesian Reds, y'all all gotta fight. Pops, you can't be like, this ain't me. You gotta fight that fight too, Pops. Or tell your men to pipe down. You know what? Sometimes
Pops has been fighting the fight. He's here.
Sometimes you gotta tell your friend, yo, stop. Stop this. Stop. So talk to Barnes, talk to Platinum. I know they're their own men, but they've been talking reckless. Now, I think that this season is going to be brilliant. It's going to be brilliant. We're going to see how this manager has to adjust. I'm confident that he's going to figure it out. He had too many consistencies last season in showing how to adapt and making halftime changes and things like that, not to figure it out. It's just a bad run. But there's also the added pressure of you're expected to win, and now you actually do have a club that's ahead of you and that now you got to compete with in Arsenal. And so we'll see what that pressure actually plays out with regards to the players. And I'm not going to minimize, I'm not going to dismiss even the issues or challenges that these players have with a player and that brother passing and that disaster with regards to Jota. But at the same time, with regards to professionalism, these players still need to be professionals with regards to what they have to do on the pitch. So the balance, this manager needs to figure it out. Ekitike, Isak, did Ekitike come to this club expecting to play left wing? I don't think he did. And did he come to the club thinking that you guys were going to get Isak? I don't know if he did. So there's a player there that's going to adjust his game because he wanted to be at Liverpool, but was his intentions coming to Liverpool to not play the 9 or to be second fiddle? And I've seen this firsthand. Julian Alvarez had to. This
is where management. But what helps with all that massively is winning. Like if they winning everything and playing well and winning, it does help with that. And to this, the Freds.
It's not that. We won 2 in a row. We won the treble and we won the forfeit. Yeah. Julian Alvarez still said, "I need my shine."
I'm saying it can help with it, is what I'm saying. It doesn't necessarily mean the player is going to be like, all right, I'm cool. I mean, it helps when a team's winning and you're winning. It helps. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's not no issue and they're guaranteed to stay. I'm just saying it's a massive
3 years. 3 years. I give Ekitike 3 years before he's leaving.
Yeah, if he continues to perform at the level he's performing at and getting better, and Isak gets to the level, that is the dilemma. But like I've said, that's rich nigga problems. You want that type of
even problem. If he doesn't perform, because if he doesn't perform, he's thinking, I'm not getting enough.
But if he doesn't perform, they'll be like, all right, we're happy to get rid of you.
Yeah. No, I hear it.
Yeah, and the press who says flawless since City spent more than Liverpool and Arsenal in the past 2 windows, they expected to win the title, right? I can only speak for me, Freds. All 3 of them are expected to win the title. If the 2 that miss out of those 3 teams, heavy questions. People can have their favorites, but yes, all 3 of them are expected to. That's from me. Because you have all the tools required, even if whoever I've got second or third favorites. There's each team and manager has enough. So yeah, there's an expectation across the board. Now you can level where the expectation is and who like, all right, this team has more, and this team's third. But yeah, all 3 of them, because there's a lot of quality. See, you got Pep and Haaland. Automatic off rip. There's expectations. You have arguably the best goal scorer we've ever seen in the league and arguably the best manager we've ever seen in the league. And it's not like they're surrounded by scrubs. Then you got Arteta over there with one of the best defenses in Europe, comfortably, easily. And your attack is now you have Eze, you have Odegaard, you have Saka, you have Joker. You just went and got the most informed striker in Europe. Guy who had more goals than games in the last 2 years. And you added Eze to that, and you've got Saka, who's one of the best right wingers, and you've got Odegaard.
Yep.
Like, and then you've got Liverpool, who we just spoke about, broke the world record fee twice, and have added. I said this about Liverpool. If you look at their 11, again, similar to what I was talking about with Chelsea, if we do a best 11, a lot of their players get in or in contention.
Facts.
Best goalkeeper, best centre back, one of the best DMs, best right winger, second best striker, best 10. So yes, they're all under scrutiny when you put it like that.
It's gonna
So
be
me as a
great.
rival, despising all those three as teams, I go, hey, whoever don't miss out, there's going to be generational, not only crash outs, generation crashing on. Let Liverpool don't win this league and watch me my comment. Let Arsenal not win this league or City not win this league. And here I start as talking about these lot. Whoever the two are. Said this. Heavy is the head that wears the ground. I'd love to be there, people. People like, oh, you hating? Yes. I would love to be in that scenario where someone was telling me, hey, Flawless, if United don't win the league, we crashing on you lot. That means we in contention.
Chat, don't worry. Flawless has to do what he does with whoever doesn't win the title, but don't think that we won't be equipped on how to crash it on United as well. It's part of the game.
You have material the whole season. Man said equipped, you know.
Yeah. I'm just saying many kind of hear it that when the season ends that it's going to be a one-sided conversation. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's going to be a back and forth.
I'll be talking about whoever. I don't know what's going on. We'll have a new manager by then, so I'll have something new to say.
Yeah.
We'll have a new manager. This manager ain't lasting the season.
You'll have an interim. I don't know if you. We'll see. You may not have a new manager.
That means that even if it is an interim, that means there'll be a new manager in charge.
There'll be a new person in. Yeah.
I hope they get an interim, but they ain't that smart, so I don't think they will.
Don't do that. I think so.
Don't do
that. They are pretty smart.
Not when it comes to when everything else. Yes, when it comes to the managerial side of things, no. Everything else, I actually think they're pretty good at.
Fair.
I only crashed on Ineos for two things. One, doing the deal in the first place.
Y'all had great revenues. I saw that as well. Not to be an accountant, but y'all had some great revenue.
Yo, I could manage, and I'm terrible at math. Manchester United sells itself, man. I've said this before. You can put the Manchester United badge on anything, and it's going to sell. Because
I want to ask you real quick.
Go on.
When is the expected new stadium?
2020. Is it 2030?
2030. Okay.
I think is it 2028? Why am I thinking 2028?
No, that's soon.
Oh, is it 2030? Hey, chat, let me know.
No, wait. Have they broke ground already?
No, they don't need to. Is it 2028 or 2030?
Sorry, I thought that is being built somewhere else. It's not being built at Old Trafford. I thought
it's being built, but it's close to OT because around Old Trafford there's a lot of space.
Okay.
There's a hell of a lot of space.
I hope it's 2030. I don't need that stadium.
I think it is. Let me check. Let me
2030 is great. I just wanted to ask.
Why is 2030 great? What's going on?
No, because it prolongs things like
new stadium. I don't care, but I'd rather they deal with the now. That's what it is.
Yeah, no. 2030 is more so of a target. I know.
Oh yeah, I was right. New stadium is planned to open for the 2030-31 season.
Big ups. Okay, big ups. All right. So we got some time. Listen, everybody in the chat. I want to say this: international break, right? We got to talk. We got to talk games.
2028 is the year of success.
Omar Barada, he's got a plan. He's got
a plan. Yeah. I'm just enjoying that summer of 2028 because why is it that year? Is that the year the Euro? Wait, yeah, the Euros is here that year. I'm looking forward to
Euros. That's an Olympic year as well.
Yeah. Oh, it's Olympics, yeah, as well. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Yeah, the Euros is in England. I think it's England, Scotland, Wales. Is it all in Wales and Ireland? Yeah, I think it's Northern Ireland. I think it's the UK. It might be the UK and Ireland as well. Republic.
Nice.
For those that don't.
Nice.
But yeah, the Euros is there.
Always Flawless. You know this. Always enjoy the show. City United wins going into national break. Nice and calm. I'm going to say this real quick. The title chase shouldn't even really be heavily discussed until like close to winter break. In my opinion. Like going into holiday break, winter break is when it's like, yeah, feeling good about it, not feeling good about it. But I'm a try to, like I say this all the time. I'm just trying to, viewers, listeners, you guys don't see what I'm doing because I'm on camera right now. You're listening, and if you're listening, it's all great. But go over to YouTube, Sarcasm City TV, hit the like button, subscribe, show some love. You want to be a part of the show? You can be part of the show live. You can be in the comments. Flawless sees all the comments. All right. If your comments are good enough, he puts them on screen. If you happen to be watching on a replay, you can still comment. You can be like, listen, Flawless was way wrong at minute 15 when he said da. Vader, you were on point at 45 minutes in the show when you said this. You can be in the comments. You can do all that. So please do that. But I'm saying this and tune into the show on camera right now. I just want to be in arm's reach of this title chase. I was counted out. I was counted out before a ball was kicked. And now some rivals are still sleeping on City with regards to things right now. I just want to stay within arm's reach. If I win this title, it's too early to say, but if I do win it, it will be because of the failures of Arsenal and Liverpool. Because both of those clubs were better to start the season than I was. Both of those clubs, one had a better squad, one had a better 11 and improved on that 11. So I just want to stay within arm's reach so that I can get across that line.
Yeah, you could across the finish line. Yeah. You lot, make sure you subscribe to Vader Games TV.
Do the damn thing.
Hey, Vader, shout out your channel. Let them know what you got coming up, all that good stuff.
Listen, I'm gonna be. What's tomorrow? Yes,
tomorrow Wednesday.
Tomorrow's Wednesday. I got a show tomorrow. It's gonna be 115. Please tune in. I haven't decided on my topic just yet, but listen, allow me to do this.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
Vader Games.
Now, I'm going to do my 115. That's one question, 15 minutes, okay? One question, 15 minutes. 115. And I think I need to really discuss City with regards to how tough it is to continue to go at it again and win. And I think a lot of my Manchester City fans took it for granted last season with the fall off, but we kind of said it earlier, even with regards to emotion and maybe on the negative side there's positive emotion and there's also like negative emotion. And sometimes with the positive emotions and winning, it's hard to continue to winning because you think you don't need to put in the same type of work to win to continue winning.
It's hard to be hungry on a full stomach.
Yeah, so I want to kind of speak on that because I think what City had to go through, what Pep is managing with, again, some of the players we had to let go, some of the players that were familiar and they've been great for us, but this new blood, they don't know this winning. They don't know how addictive that feeling is. But I think once you get it, we can get back at it. So the Marmoush, the Shirkies, the Reinders, excellent players. All right, Nori, that got added, and even with regards to our academy players, yes, they witnessed it, but they weren't quite involved. I think we got a really good combination to kind of put in a good title chase, and to play for all the trophies is going to be the biggest test for this manager because I don't think we have the quality to do it. But it's something that I want to see. And I say this all the time. Flawless kind of pokes fun, kind of jokes about it. But I want to see how we compete against the best. And if we fall short, to definitely see what the
I have nothing with that about computer. I poke fun and bring me the best. Like when you have an easier route to a final. That's what I poke fun in.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, that's what I poke fun in. And especially when you do that and then get knocked out, it's great. You know what I'm saying? It's just fitting.
Well,
rather than you could have avoided them about easier route. To me, if I get easier route,
but it delays the reality of knowing that I'm not good enough, though. At the end of the day,
not necessarily because you might not run into them.
Well, that's cowardly.
You might not run into them. So you telling me if you played, I don't know.
No, like we're not doing this. You always do this. I gotta go. Now you want to bring something up. No, we don't. No, you're not doing this. Chat, he's not doing this to me. He's not. There was one time, I swear, I told him. I either said it in the show or our private chat. I was like,
yeah, you did type it. Yeah,
last 15. And this guy wrote me in. Every time I think I can get out, I just get pulled back in, and I had to finish the conversation because Flawless is very similar to me. Like you have to get your point out, even if you kind of said it, but the person's not quite getting. You're like, okay, now I gotta say it this way to see if you got. So we went for another 45 minutes. No, I'm gonna say this. Bless Please subscribe if you can.
Subscribe to
115.
Veta Games TV, people. The links underneath in the description. The links in the title. The links underneath in the description. It's on the featured channel page, or you can just not be lazy and type in Veta Games TV. They got Veta every single time as
Yo,
well.
bless,
I'll shout you
bless.
about clubs because my PS is on its way. It'll be here on the weekend.
Oh, all right, all
So
right.
you know what I'm saying? We're gonna be locked in. So so I'll give you a shout and see what's
Yo,
what. I don't know if
bless.
it's Saturday or Sunday, but yeah, I've patterned it. But yeah, I'll shout you and see if you're about. But we'll be active on there on the clubs on a regular thing anyway. So yeah.
Sounds good.
Veta
man. All
Games
right.
TV, people. Go
care.
subscribe, man. Every time Veta. Blessings, man.
Bless.
Shout out to my guy Veta, man. Always good chopping up with Veta. Subscribe to his channel, please, people, as well. You lot, final couple questions. I'll probably run some GTA actually. I'll probably run some GTA over on the gaming channel. But yeah, we'll be back. I'm probably gonna, well, not back, but weekend, I'll say. I'll probably be running EAFC 26, career mode, pro clubs, all that stuff. I'm just waiting on the P5 people. PS5 is on its way. So yeah, that'll be getting delivered the weekend. I know you lot been asking me about it and did there and this and that. So yeah, planned it. So just waiting for it to arrive. And then man, it'll be good to go. Career mode, the whole nine, all them things there. Pro clubs as well. I miss playing clubs, I can't lie. Playing clubs, because I don't get to play 11-a-side ball no more in real life. Clubs is the closest thing to it. Only get to play like 5-a-side. But I don't get to play 11s. Miss playing 11-a-side as well. Much easier as well, man. You can stroll around. Like when it comes to what's it called? When it comes to forest, when it comes to 5-a-side, you've got what's it called? Got to track your guy. There's no you can pass him on. 11-a-side, you can pass man on, yo. I'm playing DM. If you guys want to, center back your time or full back your time. There's none of that playing 5-a-side. None of that. You got to track the man. Yeah. So long. Yeah, international break is boring, but we're going to keep providing content as well. Got some specials coming up from still deciding for actually that I'll tell a lie, I've decided on the name, but I just need to get the thumbnail made as well. But you have some specials coming up. The specials, what I tell you lot, is not, it won't be the original specials that I did. It won't be the second wave. It'll be the ones for the up and coming content creators. That's what it is. So content creators that are early on in their journey, you're gonna see on here, and we'll be getting their backstory from the start up until now. So that's what it is, man. We shine in the spotlight because shine the spotlight on the GOATs and the Mount Rushmore candidates. Shine the spotlight on the future GOATs and the future Mount Rushmore candidates and everyone that's on their way to ascend to the next level. But now we're gonna get people early in their journey and put spotlight on them because they put in work, and that's tough because you are in the following in the footsteps of everybody before you as well. Not only the people who kicked down the door, but then the people who followed afterwards. So not just the first wave and the gold standard and the platinum content creators. Then you had the second wave who have gone through. So yeah, man, we're gonna shine. We're gonna have conversations with them. So I'm just patterning names and everything, and I need to reach out to everyone and get everything sorted. So we're gonna be busy over the international break, man. No break for me, an international break channel, the Clips channel as well. That'll be getting rebranded and stuff. Just obviously, people just keep an eye out, man. We're going to be doing some bits over the international break with the Sarcasm City TV, not only here, the YouTube channel, but also the brand. But final few questions, let me know. Final few questions, and then I'm going to close out. Like I said, I'm going to run some pro clubs, so I actually need to set that up, to be honest. Let me set up that stream right now as we speak. Jesus, it's 2:30 already. Jesus. Time flies, man. Time absolutely flies. You know, over to there. But make sure you subscribe to the Sarcasm City TV Clips YouTube channel. And make sure you subscribe to the Sarcasm City TV Gaming YouTube channel as well. Where I want to send you, look, I'm literally just on the other screen right now, saying this up. It's literally what I'm doing right now as we speak. I'll answer final few questions. Because I know I don't get to the chat as often. So any United questions you have for me, feel free. Q&A tomorrow. So I'll be back with all my co-hosts on the Q&A. And then there'll be the Thursday. Thursday Q&A will be different. But I'm just trying to think of a name, but it just won't be football. I know you like it when we were talking about other stuff, like talking about films. You lot ask me questions on how the channel was made, what it's like working with certain people. You lot love the Gyal talk as well. All that type of stuff. So yeah, we gonna do all of that, people. Oh shit, did I delete the thumbnail thing again? No, I didn't. Thought I did. Let me create that. Big up Kingsman as well, man. I don't mind City winning the league if it starts Liverpool and Arsenal win it, so be it. We won't hear the end of it if Arsenal are winning it. We won't hear the end of it if Liverpool. Won't hear the end of it if City. I despise that they're the free options. It stinks. The fact that they're the free options grinds my fucking gears. And people wonder why I have such vim towards the ownership and the manager, because it's on their watch that they're allowing these things to happen. So I have so much vim towards them. I'm pissed. Shout out Gunner, man. I just seen Gunner still alive because I'm redirecting to myself right now. So that's what it is. Gonna run some GTA. Yes. Big up Sham. I didn't even get to say big up to you before. Big up Sham, man. Subscribe to the Clips channel. Subscribe to the gaming channel also. And let me scroll back up. Let's see. What's this? Flawless. Think about it. After the last international break, if we lost to Manchester Derby, we would have been 10 points behind. But now if we beat Everton, next game will be above them. And that's why people shouldn't be so reactionary, especially this early in the season. Don't mind the crazy hair either. But yeah, mad. I look like the black chick from the Rugrats. My hairstyle. Let's see. You lot be cracking me up in the chat. I can't lie, man. But yeah, United won. But do we have a prayer of winning at Anfield? No. Let me just state that now. We ain't got an absolute prayer of winning at Anfield. Simply because this manager's in charge. And I'd love to be going there with confidence. And as much as I want the manager going, I'd love nothing more than a win at Anfield. We ain't won there in so long. And when we was good, I used to love going there because I know what winning there was like. Like, it was such great, like not even performances, but sometimes you weren't good performance, but it's a great win. It's a great place to win. Shut them up. Can we? Hopefully we can do what I don't expect us to do and actually go there and not only point a victory, get a victory, but just compete. That's where I'm at. Keep talking about that. Go there and compete. They have the off day and we have an on day, but they'll be up for it. They'll be miles better. They're going to be miles better. We're going to see the best Liverpool we've seen all season long comfortably. And on top of all the info, I know I've thrown a lot of information at you lot. Don't forget this show, all the other shows you see on the YouTube channel, apart from watch-alongs, members content, fan calling shows, are available on all audio platforms. Veta references it all the time. So Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube Music, wherever you listen to your podcast, people, wherever you listen to podcast audio only, you'll find this. Because you might not want YouTube using up all your data. Maybe you're cooking, maybe you're cleaning, maybe you're driving, maybe you're on a walk. Whatever the case may be, people, maybe you just prefer to listen audio only. So please go to Spotify, type in Sarcasm City TV, follow 5-star us. That is follow 5-star us on Spotify. Same with iTunes, Apple Podcast, or wherever else as well. I don't think Cunha's playing bad. I just think he needs a run. Because against Arsenal, he was good. Wasn't too good against Fulham. Then got injured against Burnley. And then he's barely played. He just needs a run of games. Because he hasn't started a game, I think, since then. Because he came back, only played a few minutes against Chelsea. It was the game after Chelsea. It was Brentford. He got off the bench. He wasn't good, granted. And then he got off the bench against Sunderland and he was fine. So yeah, I don't think the badge is being too much for him. I just think he needs a run of games. Once he starts starting games again and playing, he'll be fine. But no one in particular is playing well at Manchester United. I've seen Mbremo's been put overall. I don't think anybody's been good, to be honest. Yeah, no one. No one I can say outside of probably like De Ligt. Yoro, I can say, all right, they played well this season, like overall. Well, it is only 7 games, but you know what? That is the same way I talk about Liverpool. Talk about when everybody's performing poorly, I look to the man in the dugout. Simple as that. I look to him. That's it. But anyways, people, we're going to close out. But we are going over to the gaming channel, people. We are going over to the gaming channel. I'm going to run some GTA. Should have set on my PS3 and actually played some Fight Night, to be honest. That's really what I should have done. But we move. Go try deal with these missions. Because one of the missions yesterday, I was like, what is this? It's like, this is messing me up. What is going on? What is happening? All right, let me set this up anyway. I'm not looking for content carries on. And like I said, over international break, definitely come up with some content for you lot as well. But hit the like button, subscribe over here, and make sure you like and subscribe as soon as you get it over to the gaming channel. Big up, salute. Again, subscribe to Veta Games TV. And this has been the Manchester United, Manchester City podcast. Mandem United pod meets the Mandem City pod live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in. I literally see you lot in a couple minutes. Like Canal said, we head into Los Santos. Big up.